Welcome, guys, to the second ever SigmaTime podcast. We're having a very special guest today. Tommy, you want to take it away?
Yeah, today we'll be joined by an energetic and interesting one-of-a-kind character, Logan Weaver. He's been putting in countless hours on content creation. He's going big on TikTok. He's live on Twitch. We got a true entertainer with us, and he's doing it all while balancing a busy schedule. Big basketball guy, work guy, relationships. Logan's really a man of many talents here. And he's the light at that end of that tunnel, and the thermostat of the house, if you will. The engine of the plane, even. But without further ado, we're being a dead horse here. Let's bring out Logan.
Logan Weaver.
Welcome on. There he is.
There
Man
it
of
is.
the hour.
Hello.
Man of the hour.
How's it going,
How are we
Logan?
doing? Pretty good. It's good to be on here. Feels good to be finally here. Second episode.
Yeah, loved it. We didn't want to, go any much longer without having you on a podcast episode here.
Yeah.
You're truly
I'm
the
very
backbone.
honored.
Late one here.
Yeah, it's at the time filming, it's 11:23 at night. I imagine this is gonna go pretty late, but it's glad to have you here. Wouldn't want anyone else
Yep.
for second episode. How's it going so far?
Yep.
How's the day?
Pretty well. I just want to say how honored I am after watching that amazing first episode with Ryan. Shout Ryan.
Love the guy. We love to
feels,
have him.
feels amazing. Yeah, truly. It's amazing to be here.
Yeah.
People don't really, you look at him and you're like, man, is he gonna touch me? He's getting a bit handsy, but once you look past it, he's got a heart of gold, heart of steel, and some say a dark heart. You don't want to get on the wrong side of that.
Shout out
Yeah.
Ryan's pimp.
Yeah. It's great having you on. You obviously got a busy schedule on. I think I see a basketball shirt on there.
Mhm.
A big basketball guy. I just want to. How's it going with basketball so far? How's the season coming along?
It's been a little bit of a rough one, a little bit of a grind. Almost done though. It's my last year, senior year, so I'm just glad to try and get out of the way, get ready for college, and yeah, I'm ready to work again. I'm so tired of basketball.
I get it. End of the seasons. Same with hockey. It's comes around and you get to a point where you're like, what are the pointless practices at this point? Just games, and you look forward to something new at some point. Just being able to have a little off time to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, and with that off time, I know you've been big on. I've seen the TikTok lives. I've been monitoring them. I've been in the chats. I've seen what goes on. You're big on. You've turned around the content creation, and I'd say it's doing pretty damn well for you. How's that coming along?
Yeah, honestly, I just kind of one day decided why not just go live again, kind of just mess around, and then one day I randomly just started making money. I went live with my friend Tim, and these people just kind of caught on, and we started to build a community. I gained, I think, 1,350 followers in a week of streaming, just because people we would interact with them. And I thought maybe we started to push it. So now we're affiliate on Twitch. We're making some big moves over there. And it's weird. I never thought, it's always been a dream of mine to become, start going towards that direction.
No, it's amazing to see. And, I think part of it's got to go to your charisma to a bit. It's hard to not pull up on a stream with you, have a chat with you, and, not enjoy the chat. There's definitely people you talk to and you're like, can this conversation end? Can I go home? And I would like to say you're the complete opposite of it. You look at the clock, it's whatever, it's 20, and then you look at the clock a bit later and suddenly 5 hours went by and you're just like, whoa, how did that happen?
Thank you very
Talk
much.
to Logan all
I
day.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no.
All love.
And it's, yeah, it's truly, I think it's partially where you get the nickname here. I have a little note here, NCG Golden
Yeah.
Boy. It's the nickname I've deemed you here.
NCG Golden Boy.
And how do you feel to be deemed that nickname?
I'm shocked. I never thought that I would be called a golden boy, but honestly, I feel I'm gonna take it with pride and honor. I feel like
it's truly a pride in that. I deemed it as in the most respectful way as I could. I figured no one else would be fitting of being called it.
it's an
Not at
honor.
all.
It is an honor.
No, but back on the content thing, it's an interesting thing. It's definitely I would say a new market when it comes to entertaining and influencer and stuff like that. You just want to I was always interested walking through how you really got into it. Obviously you were mentioning you would stream with Tem, was it, and all that, but walk it through like a daily. Like, what do you do when you decide to stream? Are you just kind of just like, yeah, I could pop a live right now, or is it just more like you trying to plan it out more often now and try and see if you could be like, like the weekly streamers, daily streamers, all that?
Yeah,
What's the goal you
100%.
think you're going with it at this point?
I kind of started doing some research into it after me and Tim started going live because obviously you go live once, get a lot of people in there, and it's not gonna always be like that. You can't expect that, or else you're gonna depress yourself.
Yeah.
But we realized that if you go on live around 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock ish in that time frame, that's really when people are getting off of work, coming back from school, coming home from practice, and they go on their phone, they go on TikTok. And if you're lucky enough and blessed enough, if you reach enough likes, like 10K, we noticed around 10K, is you pop up on the For You page, so people will come join in.
Okay.
And if you do it, I feel like where I'm going to go with it is kind of try to research that more. Same with Twitch, and trying to figure out the best times to go live for certain games, and probably try to move the content I'm doing from Twitch, make it into clips, upload to TikTok. And it's just a lot of steps to do, and then upload it to a YouTube video if I can, and try to go all the way with this stuff.
Yeah, believe me, I know how difficult it is. My TikToks and YouTube Shorts tend to not do too very well. They get a lot of
Very
hate comments.
controversial.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you mentioned how the Chargers are dog shit and no one likes it, and
Yeah.
Jesus, he took a lot of heat when he was around, and you know what? He was right in the end, and now I'm not Jesus, but I'm seeing myself in the same opinion here.
It's not our fault the Bears had a better season than the Chargers.
It's not my fault that the
that's-
Bears have potential and the Chargers are a dog
Yeah.
shit franchise that pay fans to come to their stadium.
I
And,
100% agree.
Yeah, I honestly I couldn't take a harder stance on it. But you know what? You mentioned the gaming aspect of it. Like, what are your thoughts? Are there any like games you're interested in going into? Because I know a lot of YouTube, you see a lot of like part series, a lot of I don't know, survival strategy, all that stuff. Like, what do you think you're like? Where your reach is here? Like, what are you gonna go into? Like, what niche you think you want to go into when it comes out to it?
Honestly, coming down to like gaming wise, that's the hardest part for me. I feel like I could be a very wide variety type of streamer for games. I could do Minecraft, GTA, COD, Fortnite, because I get those requests a bunch, and my
Yeah.
TikTok live, they always want to say, "Oh, let's go play Fortnite," and I can't do everything, but definitely that is a good question. Now that I think of it, it really is a good question because like Corey Kenshin, take it as an example, he's a huge role model for me. He does a lot of horror games and like he's always just been games that are like you said, adventure story mode. But honestly, I think it takes a lot more. I think I need to think into it more, see where I kind of want to go with it, see where I get more attention from.
Yeah, no, it's tapping the YouTube, TikTok market, and especially with gaming, is definitely becoming more and more difficult. I would say it's more about finding your specific niche. Like anyone could play Fortnite and video their Fortnite gameplay. Believe me, I've
Mhm.
tried. It goes nowhere. I think I'm essentially talking to a brick wall at that point, which, kind of ironic considering we're filming a podcast with little to
Yeah.
no viewers. But
Hey, it's gonna get up
I
there.
think
It's
you
gonna-
were.
see.
I think it sounded like a Fortnite reference there, brick wall.
brick, yeah, it was a little break of mats.
Good pickup.
Yeah, but no, it's definitely finding the niche has got to be the hardest part. But at the end of the day, it's definitely charisma, which I would go back to. You definitely you emphasized you're a grinder with basketball, and I'd say you're definitely a grinder overall and everything. Not in the Ryan grinder, but in the good grinder
Shout out
where you're
Andy.
hardworking. Yeah, uh, but no, it's definitely I believe it's just like finding the niche is the tough part now. Like me personally, I think I'm trying to
Mhm.
tap into more of a NHL games kind of thing. You rarely see any gameplay of that, and
Oh,
it's
never, yeah.
no, and it's definitely. I think I know one YouTuber who's goes by Nasher. I doubt any of you have heard of him, but it's that's a market he's tapped into, and it's definitely about finding your right market for any of the YouTube and gaming industries. But I would say
And
you're off
going-
to. No, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I say that like the as you're talking about markets and like NHL, like going to find your niche is kind of like finding what you enjoy. Like I know you enjoy hockey,
Yeah,
and the thing about it is that you need to go find something that is unique and do something unique in it, because if you don't, you're just gonna be like you said, Fortnite talking to a brick wall. I did the same thing when I was younger. I would stream Fortnite on YouTube and I'd have one viewer and it was myself.
yeah,
And if you're doing it in a unique category, the people that like it, like say the finals. It's a new game that not new, but it is a recent game that dropped out. Or NHL. Not many people are going to be on that like type of platform to go find that. But there's certain people that do. You can build that community up, and maybe if they like really rock with you, like Kai, you can move to another thing and then to another thing. And it really is that starting part is definitely the hardest part.
Yeah, it couldn't be and like you were saying with the like Kai Cenat thing, obviously a huge streamer nowadays. But like
Hmm.
it's the end of the day, it's the charisma that keeps the people around, but it's finding that niche, that category that you get the people to click on. Like I think it's becoming harder and harder because I mean, once a game's out, usually big people are already on it. It's hard to find,
Hmm.
it's hard for the little dog to eat on some of them, and
For
it's
sure.
becoming increasingly more difficult. But like I was gonna say before, I think you're on the right path for it for sure. I've never seen,
Hmm.
more viewers pulling into a TikTok live and just,
Yeah.
someone just the interactions, it's simple stuff like saying a shout out a name that's coming in chat. You rarely see that now at
Yeah.
times when a live. You just see, I happen to be scrolling live for whatever God knows reason. I think I just saw a dude eating food. Didn't talk to chat at all. You know, I guess when you're at that level, when you got 300 people viewing you eating something and you don't have to say a word, you've made it. But I mean,
I just
it's
don't understand how that like it's an art of like not an art, but like it's like just talking to someone. How can you not say like hello?
yeah.
And I guess that is a unique thing now to if you talk to people or you say a shout out like you said,
Hmm.
that draws them in.
Yeah,
Or you say something wild.
it's usually it's a little bit of this or that. I mean, I've seen plenty of clickbait. It's essentially clickbait of just a wild comment in the beginning. That and
Hmm.
I don't know how many TikToks I could count that I've seen a person just straight up just point out their yacht, say it's on live. I think I've lost it.
Yeah.
It's
Have you guys seen the one where it said like 250K likes and I'll say the hard R?
I haven't, but you know what? I believe people would probably point that out as advertisement for their like
It's
content.
crazy.
It's like the back in the day when TikTok was first, back and people started living and the people would do the endless face reveals on live, where they just count down from 3 and on 1 they switch over. Just trying to
Yeah.
draw people in. See, stuff like that though, I don't think lasts long term. It's more I think the personal connections that get it cuz I feel like what a lot of people don't understand is a community is not going to be built overnight. You're not
Oh,
going to be able
100%.
to you're not going to be able to get 100 people into a live and immediately get 100 of those people to come back around. Yeah, honestly, you'd be lucky to get probably 10 of them to even come back and watch your stuff again. Most of
100%.
that's the difficulty, and it's I think it's partially due to the short form content that it's hard to get people to stick around, which I think is why lives are doing so successful. Is it's just at the end of the day endless short forms of just content, real life interactions going on. But it's definitely a tough market to crack nowadays on YouTube and Twitch in comparison to the live route on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I think a good thing with Logan is he's really consistent on it.
Yeah,
Streaming the same time every single night, putting those hours.
consistency. I mean,
100%.
I've always heard, the big people, big YouTubers, big all them say that like, you won't go anywhere with consistency. But I think they're talking to the people that are consistent, but not changing anything. You're consistently putting out the same things and expecting all of a sudden one of your videos to blow up. All of a sudden expecting
Mhm.
something big to happen, which I would say is not like the consistency route you're going. You're going consistency like, reaching a new audience, targeting new people, all that route. And that consistency I think is good for the long run. I think that leads to, a lot of growth, a lot of definitely benefits. But you know what? I think we've talked a lot about content creation and TikTok.
Yeah.
But I think we're quite again, not to repeat the phrase, but we're beating the dead horse right now. Uh,
Yep.
but we did highlight the gaming aspect, and you know what? Not necessarily games on stream. I just want to talk about like games coming out, games you've heard, interesting things that you're wanting to try. I've been I've kind of just been swayed to download Marvel Rivals for the first time, and I'm interested to try
Mhm.
that out.
Mhm.
I've heard some stories about it. I've heard it's pretty fun. I just, I'm not an Overwatch game kind of guy, so I'm interested to see how it goes. Are there any games that you're, interested to be trying out here coming up, or, current games that you're playing that you just enjoy, have a passion for?
Yeah, so before I go on, the Marvel Rivals game, I know you're not a big Overwatch fan, but for the audience as well, I don't know if anyone likes Overwatch, but
No.
it is a very big mixture of Overwatch in a game that you've never played. And I think again, going back to the content thing, we're not going back to it fully, but it's
Yeah.
unique and
Mhm.
that stands out. And it's same thing for games. It stands out because you're like, wow, this is fresh. I've never played it, but it has like the same aspect of like kind of homey. So I think Marvel Rivals is a sick game. I just haven't really played because I've had no one to play with. But games I've recently been playing, obviously Black Ops 6. I'm a huge COD Black Ops fan.
Yep. And that
Till I
market's
die.
always huge too.
Mm-hmm.
There's always gonna be a new COD
Unfortunate.
game, and it's it's always gonna. It's always. I don't think Call of Duty will ever die. At least in my lifeline.
No.
There'll
It's
always
kind of
be
like how
something new.
Fortnite is.
Yeah. I remember jokes that Call of Duty's just preying on another war, and then BO6 came out, so clearly they're gonna be doing fine if World War III doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm. And they could always do hypothetical.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The thing I like about Marvel Rivals, I think it's like bringing in an aspect of it's kind of giving me reminiscence of like Avengers when I was a kid. I feel like,
Mhm.
obviously the Marvel franchise I think has gone down in the past 2 years. After Endgame, it's kind of hard to, build up that excitement again. They're kind of in like I think a 5-year stretch of where they're going to have to introduce new stories, new characters to try and build that back up. Like with the new Fantastic Four movie coming out, I saw that trailer. I honestly, it looks like one of the better Marvel movies that's coming out in a while.
They
So,
released today, right?
I think it was the trailer came out recently. I'm not quite sure. I'll give it a
I
good
did
look up.
see. I did see that in the trailer. Well, I didn't see the trailer. I saw a clip on TikTok where it's just Galactus looking at the Statue of Liberty. Like you said, this is
Yeah,
probably gonna be a banger.
yeah. I think that's one of the first fantastic or first like Avengers movies to like have Galactus in it. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
cartoons probably have had him. I'm not a big comic buff, so I don't know any of that. Uh,
Brian,
yeah, it was just a trailer that came out. I think it says it's scheduled for the 25th is the actual release date of it. But I think that'll be like a good stepping stone for him. But to go back on it, like getting to see like OG characters that liked as a kid and be able to like see them in like a video game aspect that kind of brings back the I would say what the coolness. I mean the less Disney impliedness of it. Like I believe what like the Thor character for example, and it is like the OG like Greek Thor kind of looking, not as you didn't essentially get was it Chris Hemsworth?
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get Chris Hemsworth in an animated form in a video game. You got like newer kind of characters based off the comics. So
Same with the Iron Man.
yeah, and I think it's I've been hating on it just because I'm not a big fan of the like the team battle Overwatch style games where you got the healer, you got the big shield dude, you got the gunning guy. But I'm think I'm giving that a try soon because that's it looks fun, looks interesting.
We're definitely
Yeah,
gonna have to squad up. Ryan
yeah. I
will be our
think with
healer.
this, I think with the squad, it will definitely be a
Yeah,
lot better.
that's I think we're rumblings of some future Marvel Rival squad games coming up here soon.
Those
Is what I'm
streams.
hearing. But no, that's a
Uh,
good one I've heard.
Connor and
Yeah, toss a little bit of Connor in there.
Mhm.
Little sneak possible future Connor mentioned too.
Yeah.
Someone got the Evite today. But
Hey,
yeah, Brett.
Mhm.
For those listening, we got some big more guests have been on the invite list.
big
Post
moves.
Super Bowl talk.
Yeah, post Super Bowl,
That's what
That's that.
and you know what? Speaking of the Super Bowl, let's go into some predictions here. Let's get back into some Super Bowl gameplay talk. Obviously, last podcast, me, Gavin, and Ryan talked about essentially we don't want the Chiefs to win. I know Gavin highlighted he was tossing some parlays out there, some picks he's making. I also got a chance to finally look at some picks to make. I'll pull out the phone for these, but I just want to know, Logan, you got any predictions coming up for this game? Maybe possible score predictions, any events you think that's gonna happen? Just
So,
you think it's gonna be a high scoring like? What do you think of it? You think it's gonna be a good game?
yeah, I think it's gonna be an amazing game. But I do want to say, as I was listening to the podcast on the way to school, when you guys said that you wanted Philly to win, I just feel like, of course, this is the outcome no one wanted, as everyone knows. It's just like, and Philly will burn either way, as as you guys discussed.
Yeah. It's
But
the city's gone. They've got too
I
many
just,
good teams except for the Flyers and hockey, and so the city's gonna burn and everything but that.
yeah, and I just feel like mine's a little controversial compared to your guys' picks, and it's just like I don't like Philly. I don't like their fans. I like Jared McCain. Shout out
Hmm.
76ers.
Yeah.
But I want to see the Chiefs do something that no one's ever done. I want to see history, and I think that would be awesome to be a part of. And I honestly am kind of voting for them to win it because I feel like this team isn't the greatest team they've ever had, and I think that they kind of had to grind this one out a little bit more. And obviously, the controversy with the refs, they definitely got better in playoffs, in my opinion, because before it was horrible. It was horrible before, but I feel like hopefully they don't screw the Super Bowl with it. But honest to God, I do want to see them win it because I want to see them three-peat. But I also do think that it's going to be like you guys were talking about Saquon Barkley and how amazing of a year he had, and Gavin brought up the point of how good the Chiefs defense for running is, and honestly, I had to agree. I feel like might get shut down just a little bit more than he has before. I feel like it's going to be a scoring game for the Chiefs, and I feel like they might take the lead just a little bit because of that.
Yeah. You know what? I do like the take of pointing out that, like, I mean, obviously you recognize the Chiefs have had a tougher season. This is definitely like one of the lower deserving ones of their Super Bowl. I kind of like the aspect of like how you're implying, like, they fought harder than they have, even though they haven't, deserved as much, like a lot closer games. I can agree with that it's definitely been like they put up a fight. It's not that they don't deserve to be this far into the playoffs. I think it's most people just don't like the fact they're this far, which I am one of those people.
Yeah.
And
I ultimately wanted the Bills to win.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought because I wanted Bills to go farther because really it came down to who was going to win the MVP, in my opinion, over who's going to win the Super Bowl. I think that's what I cared about more at that point. So,
100%.
So I thought, like, if the Bills go all the way, that definitely solidifies a Josh Allen MVP. Now I don't know because if you're looking at the stats, I think Lamar Jackson deserves it. But I mean, I think Josh Allen is slightly the favorite just purely off because he's led a more winning record for a team for the Bills. But you know what? It's enough on that. More just Super Bowl talk. I do think Barkley's gonna have a tougher game in comparison to this past few. Just naturally, the Chiefs have the Chiefs defense is their entire team this year, in my opinion. They've had Pacheco got hurt, so Kareem Hunt's not a bad running back, but obviously having to go to your backup, your RB2, is tough. Their receiving room is probably the saddest receiving room in a Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Juju Smith,
Xavier Worthy is wide receiver 1, right?
Yeah,
I feel like Juju Smith's the only good highlight.
Yeah, and the sad part is he's way past his prime. I mean,
oh yeah.
I hate to say it, his prime was when he was dancing on TikTok with the Steelers, right? I mean, I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
But
I think his line on Prize Picks is over under 2 catches. I think.
Yeah.
In a Super Bowl match.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, I mean, neither of these teams. I don't think it's gonna be a passing game at all for either of these teams.
I think the Eagles might be forced to.
I think the Eagles will be forced to target AJ Brown, but like realistically, who's the receiving options? Goddard and AJ Brown, and you know what reminds me? And Smith.
Smith's not bad. He's actually one of the best wide receivers, I'd say.
Yeah, I'll give it to that. He's pretty good. But like, this is probably one of the sadder, more receiving options in the Super Bowl I think we have. I mean, AJ Brown is like, if he's able to get targets, he's not bad, and like you said, Smith is a good wide receiver too. I honestly, I could see it becoming a battle of the tight ends. I don't know the kind of defense coverage that both teams run, but like one of their more experienced receiving options on each team is their tight ends with Goddard and Travis Kelce. They're
definitely doubling both of them.
Yeah, they're definitely getting both targeted. But I mean, I could care less if Kelce gets a pass the entire game. Oh
my goodness, I do not like that guy.
I know Kelce's gonna get a touchdown.
To be fair, good player. I just it's he definitely has the attitude. He's got the attitude like he thinks he's the greatest. Which
Gronk's better.
I would give it to Gronk as well. Gronk. Who else am I thinking of? Is it
TJ Hawkinson's?
Hawkinson.
George Kittle.
Yeah.
All a lot more likable.
Yeah, a lot more likable.
He is like the victim mentality. He'll say something, do something, and be like, "Oh, I didn't do anything."
Yeah, and it's definitely hard to root for. Which, speaking of hard to root for, I can't root for Mahomes, really, in my opinion. Not that even that like he's a bad QB. He is a good QB. He's a good QB in the aspect of, I mean, he's led the Chiefs for pretty much the past couple of years. It's just he has the same like victim attitude mentality, or like, you know what I mean, as in like, do you see the clips of when the Bills beat him in the regular season, and now when they beat the Bills, like a completely flip of character. Like he's complaining about the reffing to Josh Allen.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Josh Allen at least has a character to like recognize the loss on their end. You know, not just shouting out to like reffing, especially with a team that's probably gotten the most calls for them in
Oh
the
my
league.
God.
I think that's part of the reason that the Chiefs have gotten so much hate is they're probably the reason that most people are complaining about the roughing the QB passes going on now at times. Because I mean, you see Mahomes just happen to get tapped and he's basically pulling a Premier League soccer fumble fake to get the call, drag a call in, and you can't really blame him for trying. But I mean, you gotta it's to a fault. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely
And
hard to see.
I just want
especially with them being able to fake a slide. I think
Mhm.
that should not be. I don't think you can fake a slide as a QB.
And you know
yeah,
what?
because
I think you gotta go
you're
for it.
baiting it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's even as like a Bears fan with Caleb Williams, the aspect of running on the sidelines and expecting that you're not going to get touched at all. Like the playing the faking game of I could
Triple.
go out, I could keep running. Like you can't call a roughing the passer when QBs are able to play that kind of game nowadays where you're able to try and draw like just run along the sideline and expect not to get hit. It's not, hell, there's guardian caps now at times. Just wear a guardian cap if you're
Mhm.
afraid you're going to get hit at this point. It's players are doing it. I mean, it's not unpopular to see a player now at times. So even O-line, I think there's wide receivers wearing it now at times too, isn't there?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think that's a good I know it's
Mhm.
not like something like that we should like. I'd say guardian caps is definitely something good because
Yeah.
have you guys ever seen Concussion, the movie or whatever?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
CTE definitely hits hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look at Antonio Brown's Insta page.
I
You know
feel
what?
so bad. It used to be my favorite player. Oh yeah, just so the viewers know, I am not a Chiefs fan. The only reason I'm rooting for them is just to see
No.
history. But I am a Steelers and Bears fan
Yeah.
at heart.
And both are respectable. Both.
Yeah.
I mean, both are clearly not bandwagoned. That's the
Najee
truth.
Harris is, mark my words, the best running back in NFL.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Even Ryan would tell you that if he can name them. But
yeah, I saw that. That was horrible. That was horrible.
we had some. For those who tuned into this one and not the episode 1, go back to that. Watch our Who Wants to Be a Millionaire quiz with Ryan, and
Didn't even name Jaden McDaniels.
try not to punch the screen because it's gonna be It's gonna be a rough time. It's gonna be. Just the silence. It's sometimes in the room. It was hard to even cheer for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? It's cheering for a team in this one's definitely hard. I can respect the Chiefs. You got the reasoning. I mean, it is. I can't hate anyone cheering for either side at this point. It's
100%.
They both have their like terrible flaws. I think Philly's main one is its fan base. Its main pro is Saquon Barkley. I think he did. I cheer in them for them purely because I think he deserves something good. I forget. Did he ever win a Super Bowl with the Giants?
No.
I was about to say no, nowhere near.
Giants
right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know they had the Giants had Eli, right? Or am I completely pulling a Ryan right now?
I don't
No,
know.
yeah,
but
Eli Manning. It was Peyton Manning versus Eli Manning. I remember that.
Yeah,
Broncos versus
yeah,
Giants.
yeah. So Giants did have Eli Manning. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so they did have
OBJ.
like they were okay for a couple of years. Obviously, they weren't great.
Now they're horrible.
No, now they're just
poverty.
Same with the Jets.
The Jets, man. Don't even get me started. I thought
Green Bay Packers, me too.
I thought Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, who is the receiver that they picked up mid-year?
Devontae.
Yeah, Devontae Adams, and then with Aaron Rodgers throwing, you would assume that on paper, I feel like it's a good lineup, but realistically, you're leaving out that Aaron Rodgers is years past his prime.
He's seen that.
I think Devontae Adams as well, to be honest.
Devontae Adams as well.
I think he's out of.
The injury definitely on the Raiders, right? Yeah.
I think he's old too.
Yeah, they're just old. I mean, the Jets need to go with the same, like Jets and Raiders. I think are in similar position, or Jets, Raiders, and New York. I think or Giants are on same positions where they need a new QB. They need like a new leading factor for their team, and I'm interested to see who they pick up in the draft. I'm interested to see where Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders go off that, just because obviously those are the two names that come to mind when you think of a QB that's getting drafted, in the first round. But those are, those are teams that are kind of just struggling based off purely on the QB aspect. I think I wouldn't even give it to much of coaching. Just give it more of not a lot of QBs. Obviously, there's teams like Raiders who just financially can't afford like the really good players right now. But
Speaking of coaching, you guys know football better than me. Do you guys think we'll be better this year?
quote me. We're making playoffs. It's gonna happen.
By the
I
way, this is Bears.
Yeah, Bears for I think Chicago Bears playoffs. It's gonna happen. I don't think we're going. We're not gonna be top of our division. It's not gonna happen. There's Lions, Minnesota. They're both really
Yeah.
great right now. We beat Green
Mhm.
Bay, so obviously we're gonna be better than Green Bay next year. I think we're gonna be a wild card. I think Bears wild card round, make a run, maybe to. They'll make it to quarters, maybe to semis if we're lucky. I think we'll. I think.
First round exits, if anything.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
Gavin, what's your prediction? First round exit?
The Bears are the off-season warriors. It all looks good until we just shit the bed.
Hey, you never
Every year.
know. This could be the flip.
Could be. I hope it is.
I see.
Gosh, we need it.
I think Caleb Williams, he just got his feet wet this season, and I think next season he's going to come out swinging, and I think we're going to see a different QB, especially with new coaching ahead of us. But yeah, no. So just based off the Super Bowl, there's a little thing I wanted to do. I think it's only fair to end our talks on that with a little score prediction, just because it's going to be the last podcast we have before the Super Bowl. I think it's only right
Oh
that
yeah.
a little team and a score prediction. I could start if no one else wants to start because I think I have mine set in stone. I think
All right, Tommy, let's hear it.
all right. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think maybe second halftime it's gonna be pretty close. It's gonna be like I don't know. I'm seeing like a 14-7 score away, 14-10. I think it's gonna be at least a pretty decent scoring second or first half, and then the second half I think it's gonna be about as close. I think we're gonna have a game. Eagles win 25-23. That's my prediction. I think it's gonna be pretty close. I think it's gonna be like
Low scoring game.
I think it's I think it's gonna be close. I think they're gonna have at least 2 touchdowns aside, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot closer than we think and more defense heavy, especially because what Eagles are gonna be forced to throw this game, and I think it's gonna shut down Barkley a little bit. I think he's still gonna break through just because he's a beast, but I think a final score 24 or 25-23 favoring the Eagles.
Gavin, you gotta go first. I am so uneducated.
Yeah, it's kind of off. Threw me off guard here. I'd probably say, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. 24.
Yeah,
I'd say probably 24-21 maybe.
Yeah.
I
was gonna say 25 or 20 both teams is like what 40 points. I think their over is set at over under is. Let me see. I know I looked at it. It was set to. Sorry, a little behind the scenes research.
As he's researching, I have a question.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I found out. I can give it after.
No, good. Is the Eagles' defense good?
They are good enough to get them to the Super Bowl. I think the Eagles are more of an offense powerhouse, less of their defense, but they still have a good enough defense to keep games close. Because obviously, they versed the Commanders, which is a great offensive team, and think about it, that was a high-scoring game, and they only held the Commanders to like 20 points. So I would say that's pretty good defense. Or what was it, like 28, 20, 26? Around there, give or take.
They pummeled them.
Yeah, obviously they won by like 20, 30 points. But no, the over-under for the game is set at like 48.5. So given like, for example, 25-23, that's what, 48 on the dot. So that's
I think I'd take the under on that. I would.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be close though. And then, Logan, feel free to toss a score out there.
All right.
Just like you're picking squares, a lucky little bet.
Just so you guys know, all the viewers, this is not my main sport. I'm starting to dibble dabble in it more because I do want to join fantasy next year for sure.
Don't worry, I think the next one you'll have more talking points here than us.
Yeah, I know it's coming up, but I'm gonna go. I really think that the Eagles not being able to run is gonna hinder their scoring ability, and I feel like the Chiefs might just somehow with Mahomes again. He's just gonna like flag bait to the point where they're just gonna march down, or he's gonna fake it, run, fake, slide, fake. The same old, same old. Honestly, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go 27-10. I'm gonna go a low
Wow.
scoring game for the Eagles.
You know, it's a pick, that's for sure.
It's very different.
Yeah, it's very different. Obviously, me and Gavin had a lot closer games. You think when do you think they're getting that 10? You think it's gonna be like a first half, second half, or like a touchdown in one half, field goal in another half kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for.
Yeah. So you think they're gonna come out, yeah, like pretty strong with the touchdown and then just get shut down defensively?
Yeah,
That's you know what? I can respect the pick,
Interesting.
but
I would never, guys, never bet on that. Don't ever bet on that.
no. And you know what? Just to finalize our things here, me and Gavin taking Eagles. Logan's picking Chiefs for this one. Just to have a little final statement for the Super Bowl. And obviously, Logan, as you said, you're getting more into football now. But I think we have something to talk about. Something recent happened that I think you'd be able to talk about a little more than us, and just go over a little bit of the NBA. Trades came out. Obviously, one huge trade from the Mavs that I think everyone has talked about, and everyone is flaming essentially the Mavs for. And that's obviously the Luka for AD trade. Yeah. Well, obviously there's other little pieces, but trading Luka, I feel like has to be I'll say the dumbest thing that they could do for that organization. You're trading the one guy who's led you to the playoffs for past couple
Many
of years.
rounds.
Yeah.
He led him to the finals last year.
Yeah, led him to the finals. Like what? Luka was rookie of the year, if I'm correct, right? When he was a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're just essentially like the face franchise guy of your team.
The next LeBron.
Yeah, the next LeBron, which playing with LeBron now, but just
it's gonna make him so much better.
For those hockey people listening, I heard the trade was I saw a video. The equivalent of the trade was, I believe the Edmonton Oilers receiving Drew Doughty from the Kings, and they give up Connor McDavid, which I feel like even if you don't watch hockey, Connor McDavid, infamous, like best player in the league right now, and I feel like Luka is up there, undeniably one of the best players in the NBA. If not obviously there's the argument that Braun's the best, Bronny Jr. is the best, Jokic is the best, but I think Luka's up there. I don't mind Jokic. I don't mind a man that likes to, toss the ball up and then go back to his horses. I can respect it. I like
That's what's so irritating about him. He doesn't care, and he's one of the greatest.
Employee of the month. That's all I need. He's I've never seen someone better at basketball and more angry about it. And
I swear.
I've seen the rest of it. I've seen clips of his I believe it's his two brothers in the crowd watching him, and they don't look any happier than he is to be down there.
They're scary, man.
I think I don't know if it's the where is he from? I know he's Slavic, but I can't think of where he is, and it might be Slovenia entirely, isn't it?
I'm gonna search it up real quick. I have no idea.
I'll toss out Slovenia for right now, but you know what? His family not a fan of basketball. You could tell. It just as Logan's looking it up, but just back on the Luka thing. I genuinely, I'm not a big NBA guy. I'll admit it. I'm not a fan of it. I typically don't watch games. I typically don't even watch the finals. I just, I hear about it on CBS Sports and all that. But I saw the trade and I was a little surprised, as an avid Dude Perfect fan, I was like, that guy filmed the video with them. So I was surprised to see it. Logan, any thoughts on it?
Just before, he is from Sombor, Serbia.
Serbia. Yeah, Serbia. That would make sense. Yeah, no, but just thoughts on the trade in general. Obviously, we talked about it. I would say it's a stupid trade. I don't know your final thoughts on it, but just entirely of that trade.
So I'm going to an area Gavin has no idea what is going on, but
don't worry, I'll bring Gavin in the discussion because I think he'll be able to participate in my next question.
Okay, good.
Yeah, watch any NBA like at all.
You're not gonna understand anything I'm really talking. You might. It's like the same with football, like coaching wise. But apparently, what I just saw today, I was kind of doing more research into it because, like, again, my opinion is a horrible trade. Even ESPN rated the trade D- for the Mavericks, and that's like the lowest it's ever been for a hot minute.
It would have made sense. To be fair, it's the trading Luka was gonna lower their trade. Like the value is gonna be terrible no matter who they traded them or who they traded him for or where he went for the Mavs. But I feel like AD out of all the people, like, does it really help your lineup to get him? Like, you're
And
trading,
Max Christie.
yeah, like you're trading the face guy of your new franchise. Like, essentially, you're trading your LeBron, your up and coming LeBron, your up
Hmm.
and coming LaMelo Ball. You're trading that guy to what? Get an old player that's gonna retire in what, the next couple of years?
Yeah. It's actually a very valid point. I really do. I try to do more research into it because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way the Mavericks just gave away him. And apparently, the like upcoming to the trade, the Mavericks fired all of his staff that he's been with since rookie year, all of the
Wow.
coaches, all the trainers, and they started having problems with him in the background that really no one knew about. But obviously, media is not going to talk about that because his trade's insane. But
Yeah.
people are starting to understand now that he just was starting to cause problems, kind of like the Jimmy Butler situation where he's just kind of not
Mm-hmm.
even on the team pouting. But no, he's a millionaire. But back to Luca, he was having problems because like why would you do that? Like, it's a stupid thing to do. Why would you fire all the people that led you to the finals,
Mm-hmm.
built Luca up, just to fire them? And
Yeah.
then I think the Mavs really just sealed the deal with this one after firing all the stuff that was working, having Kyrie and Luca. Like that's such a good duo.
Yeah.
And like you said, trading it away for Anthony Davis, and there's nothing against Anthony Davis. He's from Chicago,
Yeah.
huge
No,
fan. But
obviously. It's just
Max Christie, oh,
no.
sorry.
I'll just say he's past his prime. You're trading a
Hmm.
player. Not, I would say Luka's probably not even in his prime yet. I think he's coming
No.
into it. The next couple of years, he's gonna be reaching that peak performance level, and you're getting rid of him. You're essentially just throwing away like just unclaimed talent, and for what? For a player who's reached that talent already and has passed it. And like you said, nothing against him, Chicago. He's a great
Yeah.
player. AD was a good player. Anthony Davis is great. He's done great things, but I mean, the trade just doesn't match up. And the other one you said, what was it? Max Crosby,
Max Christie.
Max Christie. Sorry.
He no, you're good.
Yeah, I'm not familiar, like
He
I said, with all the younger guys in the trade or all the
Max
essentially.
Crosby's offensive.
As I said it, I was like, I've heard that name before.
yeah, I actually
Out
got
on an ACL tear.
Mm.
wow.
All right, people, pray for
Oh,
him.
yeah, pray up. But like I said, fun fact, I got to watch Max Christie play in high school freshman year. We went to a tournament out in Chicago for our high school, and like it wasn't even a packed game. It was just like he was there. Like no knew that he was gonna be as big as he was, but we knew
Hmm.
he's going D1.
Yeah.
But he was amazing, in my opinion. One of the best players I've ever watched. But like I said, Max Christie's a rookie. I think that's a good aspect of it of the trade.
Hmm.
Not even the best, but you got a little well developed player that you can get going to. AD maybe can provide wisdom. And I mean, with Kyrie, I feel like the team's not going to be bad. It's not going to be as good as it was. It's not going to be
Yeah.
bad. But the Lakers, man, it's going to be
Hmm.
scary
It's
because
the powerhouse three of LeBron, Bronny Jr., and Luca. Like, this team is gonna be absolutely insane. Like, I wanted to ask that next too. Like, especially because more and more people are talking about the goats, or the goat of the NBA. Obviously, it's gonna be Michael Jordan, LeBron, the endless debate. Because
mhm,
I mean, I don't think there's ever gonna be an actual answer to that. But
no.
like with LeBron having these two great players to his team, like how do you think the Lakers are gonna do? Like I think this is gonna be a playoff running team, maybe making it all the way.
I think what they need to seal the deal to make a finals run, and we don't know yet because Luca hasn't played yet, but
Hmm.
we need to see them get it big because they have no center.
That is true.
I mean, LeBron can play center, but
Why would
it's gonna be.
yeah? Why you wouldn't want to put him in at center? Uh,
I mean, what's crazy is that
yeah.
he was averaging his best stats when he was at center when
Hmm.
they did put him there, which is scary. It's
Yeah.
scary.
But obviously, I mean, the team values. Even though he's averaging best stats there, the team values him in. Well, so I'm not familiar with NBA positions as well. What's he currently at? Is he power forward or
He's a small forward.
small forward? Yeah. But like, obviously, he's more valued on the team if they're putting him in that position than a center. So that's the only
Hmm.
aspect I think they need. But I feel like, given the time, the trade deadlines, I mean, I feel like they'll be able to secure a center to help them take a long run here.
They need Dwight Howard back.
Mm. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. But obviously Lakers are going to be, I think, a scary team with those three coming up here. I mean,
Mhm.
and we don't know the chemistry between Luka and the team right now because that's a big thing that doesn't get talked about enough. Is I think the chemistry that players can have because all-star teams happen all the time. You have all your greatest players on an all-star team, and they'll get a famous example I feel like from hockey related is the Soviets versus the NHL All-Star teams. The Soviets destroyed them because you have players that have been playing with each other and have built up that chemistry and that like they know what they're thinking, they know what they're gonna do. So obviously that's the part that you is unpredictable for the Lakers is if Luka and LeBron kind of have that you know game to game chemistry that can take them a long distance. In my opinion,
Yeah.
obviously this is coming from a person who doesn't really follow NBA as well, but I feel like NBA is pretty similar to most of your high intense sports of back and forth action.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
They do kind of have a little bit of like every time. I don't know if how you know how do you know how the All-Star game works and like how they draft the people.
I've seen videos. It's just the selection process, right? They do a draft.
Yeah, so they select two, like whoever was leading the votes the most. Most of the time,
Yeah.
it's Giannis and LeBron because they're the two
Mhm.
biggest stars.
Mhm.
And LeBron always takes Luca like very fast. He's a huge fan, and I think that over time in All-Star games and just talking outside of game, I think their
Yeah.
chemistry is going to be pretty easy to pick up on.
I'm excited. You know what? And as a guy who doesn't watch NBA games, I might follow some Lakers games after seeing this trade because I'm kind
Yeah.
of interested to see how this grows. But
Lakers Mavericks game soon.
yeah, that'll be a sad game for the Mavericks, I would say, because that's going to be what Luka's first game against them.
Yep,
Yeah. I don't know if there's a time frame in which he's allowed to start or not, or if it's just straight away once he's traded.
he's coming back the 8th.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
soon.
But, enough about the trade. A little, back on the GOAT discussion and to bring Gavin in this a little more.
Oh,
Uh, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I mean, with LeBron, I think coming close to retiring, I don't think we'll see LeBron in 5 years in the NBA. Just it's a sad fact, but I don't think he's gonna be here much longer, just given age and I think he's just wanted to secure that Bronny got in his spot. To be honest, obviously, jokingly, Bronny is not developed, I think, enough to be in the NBA right now. Not at all.
business decision.
Yeah, but who is your GOAT right now? If you had to pick between Michael Jordan and LeBron, I know it's a tough spot to be put on right now.
Have you guys ever seen that flight clip?
Uh, I've seen many flight clips. A lot of them end with him screaming LeBron, and it goes to an edit.
I was
Uh,
gonna do that, but it's a little too late in my household to do that. I fully think, and again, like you said, it's never gonna be settled. They both were so dominant in their era, and I used to think for the longest time Jordan was, but the longevity and the people that LeBron have had to play against, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Giannis, James Harden, Kyrie Irving as a teammate, and going against him, Jason Tatum, like all these talents that are huge. And I know there's obviously Charles Barkley and like the bad boy Pistons, and like he also had his challenges. But again, you can't compare them because of different times
yeah.
and different people.
Uh,
But I think basketball has advanced. Sorry to keep
no, no,
going.
go ahead. I was
But
cutting you off. Yeah.
as as time has gone on, people have gotten better. That's just how the world works. And I think that if LeBron were to go into that league, he would kill it. He's a monstrosity. And I think if Jordan came into this league, he'd struggle because it's more three based than compared to what he used to.
hmm And you know what? What I was gonna say on cutting off is obviously, if you're taking, for example, you take Larry Bird and you put him in the league now, he wouldn't even be pro. He would. I don't think he would make a college team, in my opinion. It's just the game's just more advanced. Dribbling's gotten better. Shooting has gotten better.
Yeah.
Like I think like your shot range is like I think increased over time, and
Oh
just
yeah.
just the level of difficulty of shots. I mean, I think dunking in the NBA used to be a two-handed up and down. Now you're seeing people basically like what from the free throw line, jump in air, like essentially the Jordan dunk, but it's getting more and more advanced. Windmill dunks,
Windmill
all
from the free throw
yeah,
line.
windmills from the front free throw line. It's just more and more advanced. I hate to say it because I was on the same page, but I think they both have a Space Jam. They've both won championships. I mean, that's at the end of the day, they're both very successful. They both have a shoe. But I think it's coming to the point where LeBron is better than Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Gavin, would you like to you got a take on this one?
I agree with everything Logan said.
Love it. Uh, and I think with that, we'll end our discussion on the NBA and Super Bowl and all
I think
that.
sports is done. I think
Sports,
we beat the dead horse of the sports.
I'm sorry,
not
guys.
to
It's
beat
so easy to talk to these
Good.
people.
not
We just fed that horse over and just really went to town
yeah.
there.
The horse is getting beaten like it never has before. It's
Yeah.
Right, back up.
and just to get away from sports, let's talk about some good old fashioned wrestling. Vexbolts had a
Oh
fight.
my. Let's get to the real sports.
Let's get to the real sports. Vexbolts and WWE Royal Rumble. It's been coming up on my page. I wanted to talk about WWE real quick. Jay Russo won, defeated John Cena in the last fight. Maverick was in it. Logan Paul, surprisingly a good wrestler. I mean,
I show speed.
I show speed in the fight. It just got demolished. That was that was a rude awakening. I don't think that was fake.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah,
That looked like it.
I've never seen obviously WWE is scripted, but that
He probably didn't know how to take a fall from that.
no, they practice it and all, and I don't think he got enough practice. I think
No, Logan Paul did.
yeah. But you know what? I just wanted to highlight it. Joe Hendry got to be in the fight. Never knew the person up until I got one video about him on my TikTok page, and now
No idea.
now I'm a fan of him in WWE. All of a sudden, I'm back in WWE. I like one page, and now it's just everything coming up. Oh, yeah, WWE. It's nonstop. The TikTok algorithm, it's gotten me bad. But I just wanted to highlight that quick, just because I
Yeah.
mean,
That was something.
I think it's a bit of a passing of the torch as John Cena's last, I think Royal
So
Rumble. But obviously doing well.
Bing chilling.
Yeah, Bing chilling. And now to talk about the realest sport is the Vexbolt fight. I didn't watch
my
it, but
God.
it sounds. I think we got an expert here with us who's seen clips of it, and I'm gonna point you to Gavin for this one.
I did see clips of it. It was Vexbolts versus like a 300-pound man. He had to get put on oxygen. I don't even know if there was a winner. It was just stupid. Ada Ross hosted it. Warlock was a ring girl. I mean, it was.
Was that the
It was
Gorlock
Kick,
announced as
right?
Lacey, right?
Warlock the Destroyer. It's
Yeah.
like a trans.
No, but
woman.
I believe when
She's trans.
Yeah, I believe so.
no, but
So, do you guys see the stuff about the Grammys?
so enough about Vexbolts. Let's go to the Grammys. Kendrick Lamar swept his category, and a bunch of pedophiles sung about pedophiles. I think that's hilarious. A bit ironic.
Ain't that like us?
I can't wait to see that song sung at halftime performance in the Super Bowl.
Woo!
I think
Oh
it's
my
a guaranteed gonna happen.
Oh,
I heard
yeah.
from my brother the person that won rap album of the year did
Doechii.
not deserve it. Is that true?
I haven't listened to it. I believe alligators don't bite. I don't
Who was
remember.
in the running?
I believe it was.
I don't know, but I was certain it would go to Kendrick Lamar's new album. People were on that. Crazy.
There's only like 2 good songs though that people are hooked on.
To be fair, I liked GNX. I liked Luther was a really good song.
TV off.
Squabbled Up was good. TV Off I did enjoy. I mean, TV Off sounds like a song that's just made of TikTok clips. But
Mhm.
those were good. Sorry, I'm trying to find the Doechii song that won the award. I haven't listened to it, but
Unacceptable.
it's something alligators. I'm not gonna, and I cannot remember it. Oh yeah, Alligator Bites Never Heal is the album. Which I mean, people are talking about a robbery, but I think if we're gonna talk about real robbery, the fact that Beyonce won the country album is actually unreal.
That's ridiculous.
I've heard Texas Hold'em, and that might be one of the worst. I don't even consider that country. I think I like the most pop country song I've ever heard. It's
Exactly.
couldn't have said it better. It's just it's an unreal. Obviously the Grammys are just
Rigged.
1,300 just people who claim they're educated in music voting on it. So obviously you're never gonna get a good winner.
Hey, Casanat was there.
Yeah, he was. And speaking of Kaisenet, he got to meet someone that showed up to the Grammys. Kanye West, I think, one of the most influential people of our time. Got kicked out. Logan, you know why he got kicked out?
Unrightfully so.
Yeah.
So.
I do not know why he got kicked out.
Gavin, do you want to fill him in why he got kicked out of the Grammys?
I mean, his wife, or they're not married. His girl,
I
are
believe
they
I believe
married?
they're married.
I don't.
I believe it's his wife.
Beyonce? I don't know.
No, Kanye's acquaintance, which we'll just say wife for this. I
Side
don't
hoe.
know if they're married.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I should know, honestly. I
showed
follow
up
that too closely.
in a nice big coat and took it off during pictures, and she's wearing like a see-through something. It's art at the end of the day.
hmm
She has the freedom to do that.
A see-through dress, and they got escorted off. Obviously, it's kind of unjust to kick off, I think, the 2000s, 2010s most influential person. Uh, Kanye
I
West
heard
is,
rumors he wasn't even invited to.
who was
I think
yeah,
he just
yeah.
showed up.
He wasn't even invited to it. He wasn't. But
Yeah.
realistically, you're not going to invite him, but
Too
He's gonna,
controversial.
I think he made a lot of those people's careers in there. Uh,
mhm.
Kanye West is truly just. I mean, look at the wall behind me. It's just obviously they're small as hell, but Kanye West posters, album covers. Uh, in the recent years, he said some things. I don't agree with things he
Interesting.
said. But you got to look at it. You got to look at his music, not the person. In which I think a lot of people are, they're taking the two together and they're not differentiating them, which I think is the issue.
Mhm.
But he's truly a hero to many. I wrote my rhetoric paper about him back last year. Great guy. But I mean, other than the Grammys, other than those events, I could care less. I don't think I could care more about it. I know The Weeknd apparently squashed beef with the Grammys. Didn't know he had beef with the Grammys. I didn't know they cared that much. I know Sabrina
Little
Carpenter.
freakazoid.
Yeah, I never heard songs more horny. Never heard fans more
Mhm.
horny.
Oh
I,
my gosh.
I know Sabrina Carpenter performed the Espresso song, and I think Please.
In a
Please,
jazz
Please.
version.
Yeah, in a jazz version. It really shows that if you give a theater kid enough money,
Yeah.
you know, there's no end to the stop.
Is it
Really
bad that I've never
something
heard that
nobody was
song?
asking for.
hmm
You've heard it. You've heard it
Yeah,
in past.
Maybe if I heard clips of it.
yeah, you probably know it.
Mhm.
And then what was the I don't know the person that sung that underwear song. That shit was just I mean, it's essentially just a lot of people twerking in a club on stage and you know what? I kind of messed with it. It was kind of cool. I fuck with
Yeah.
it. But other than that, I mean, there is like no other, not to beat the dead horse, but what else is there about the Grammys at the end of the day?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think he really cares about it.
Okay,
No.
hold on. Do we see Jaden Smith's hat?
Jaden, yes, that's what's about the
Yeah.
Grammys. Jaden Smith pulled up with the whole house on his head, and I don't think we're talking about it enough as it's getting talked about.
Yeah. It's top 10 worst moments of history. to
The
be honest.
political and economical state of the world is so bad, he pulled up with a house on his head.
This dude is in so much aura debt, and he's not doing anything to pay it off.
No.
And his father's Will Smith, who slaps him.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what?
I
Speaking
still
of
can't believe that was real.
no, it's actually unreal.
yeah.
It's an amazing fit. It's an odd fit, and it's definitely putting him in aura debt. And you know what? Speaking of aura debt, we just wanted to ask, another great question we had here on the side is, what are the opinions you have of Ryan? NCG
Wait a
meeting him
minute.
for the first time, and has he met
He's right there.
expectations? Yeah,
Right there,
Gavin's got him in
right
his
there.
background.
I see him. Shout out to guest number 1. Um,
He's really an OG. I mean,
Mhm.
through thick and thin,
When I-
he's there.
when I first met the guy, honestly, I don't even remember what my first opinion was. I think I just remembered he was easy to talk to.
Mhm.
He got a little touch. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't get touch.
Mhm.
He
That's how he
I don't know,
lures you in.
he's a great guy overall. I think that when it comes to dealing with people getting upset, sometimes I think out of all our managers, he sometimes folds just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I heard he's not the greatest at counting the safe.
Or booking flights.
I've heard rumors
Or
of both.
booking. I have heard of both. Yeah, I also heard that he likes children. I think that was the first thing I heard of
Yeah.
him was that he likes children.
Just to clarify, it's a rumor, nothing confirmed yet.
No,
But
not yet.
just put that out there.
Mhm.
Nothing confirmed.
He's a lovely guy though. He is very funny and
Yes.
definitely someone I consider a close friend.
I think everyone here can speak on the same about him. obviously he is touchy when you meet him at first, but once you get past the touchiness, he's a great guy.
You just gotta
Uh,
get
Yeah,
comfortable.
Ryan's going to Wabanzi, which is where Logan will be going. You want to talk about your decision going to community college?
Um, Honestly, it kind of just came to my mind. I was thinking about it in like junior year because, obviously council meetings and stuff. And I was just like, dude, the world's so expensive nowadays. Can we just talk about the political and economic state of the world right now?
mhm.
And it's just like, it's insane. And, bro, you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I was thinking money wise. And I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, like Ryan said, and in the podcast actually, what I was listening to. Tommy, I heard your side, how you enjoyed it and you was
Yeah,
glad you decided it, and
it's
Ryan regretted it.
it's definitely a double-edged sword in an aspect. I am obviously paying more for schooling, and it's the way I saw it, I'm going in debt no matter where I go. Community college would definitely put me in debt still a little bit. Not as much as where I'm at right now, but it's just the decision aspecting. I feel like no matter how prepared you are, you're always going to feel a little rushed at making
Mm,
it. And obviously, I think I was one of their more. I think Gavin's in the same spot I was, where just unsure at the aspect or waiting on decisions or like just trying to weigh out the options of seeing different places, what they got in common,
Mhm.
which one suits you the best. And it's you never truly know. You never. I've seen people. I've met. I've had people in my classes that have switched majors, dropped majors. I've seen people completely drop out of college. I've seen people switch schools. I mean basically the
you've seen it
trifecta.
all,
Yeah. And
a little bit of.
Mhm.
it just shows to go you really don't know anything until you've kind of put yourself into that spot to experience it, which is tough when the essentially you're going to the real world. And you know
Hmm.
Mhm.
it's definitely an interesting aspect. And decisions always tough no matter what. Respect the decisions you're making too. You obviously know what you're doing, and you're not pulling a Ryan.
Yeah, I feel
Mhm.
like Ryan, I'm as I don't know if any. Well, I know you guys know me as viewers. I'm not a party type of guy. I like to chill out, have fun with friends. Like I don't mind anyone drinking or smoking or just having fun. Like go do you. I'm just gonna chill there and be there and still be energetic because that's just who I am. And I just feel like as growing up, like just never really like I kept seeing family members drink, and I just never wanted to be like that. And I've always kind of stuck to it. I don't think I think I always will stick to it. But again, going back to college thing, I just don't think going to like college, I wouldn't enjoy that life. I think that going 2 years community, seeing building up money to pay off and get ready to move to a 4 year, so I can continue that grind for a uh I can't think of it, diploma.
Oh
And
yeah, major
Mhm.
or your yeah, your graduation stuff. What was
Associate's degree.
yeah, what major are you looking to graduate or go for again? I don't think I've ever asked, to be honest.
Um, I'm gonna try out business like management. If I
Mhm.
don't like it, I really did enjoy marketing.
Mhm.
Had the joy to have marketing with Gavin. I did
Mhm.
enjoy it. It was very easy. It was very fun.
Yeah.
Very interesting
I
class.
think the nice thing
Oh
about
my.
business is for your first couple of years, I think it's similar with engineering, at least in the different branches, is it's always really good. Like you get a lot of aspects of everything, so you're not like too fully set in stone on one thing yet.
Hmm.
Obviously, like if you're coming in with a plan, you're set and you're good. But it's definitely a great way to start is picking one that you think you like. And if worst case scenario, I've known people that switched over. I know my mom told me recently that I believe she said she decided to change her major after her fifth semester. Just yeah,
Wow.
just came
Mhm.
into it. Some people you take classes and you experience stuff and you just like I don't I'm not liking this, I'm not enjoying it, and you switch. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's not even difficulty of classes, sometimes it's purely interest based, which I've
Yeah.
seen that again I've seen in both for engineering and for just classes in general.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, what you're doing is like hopefully what you're doing for the rest of your life. So if you're not liking it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
might as
got
well
you
change it.
gotta dip out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out TikTok for teaching me that.
Yeah.
And I feel like with business, you could always minor in something, and if you like the minor more, I mean, business is I think a good route to go if you're unsure.
Yeah. And you know what? It's definitely a good decision too. Just
It
no
just
matter.
opened.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I just feel like it opens up so many options because my sisters went to college, same idea, went to 2 years with Bonzi, and they both dropped out. College is not for them. They have great jobs now. They enjoy what they do. But I just feel like having an option. Like my brother told me one time his friend went to business college, not business college, got his business degree, applied for a Bud Light like shipping management position, got it. He obviously didn't know what he was doing, but he's like, oh yeah, I already understand all that, got it. And now he's like high up in Bud Light just because he had an option to go there
Yeah.
because of a business degree.
Which I think
Mhm.
that's kind of, it says something about where we're at a little bit, is just the fact of like most jobs you get after you graduate, after you get your bachelor's degree, your associates, whatever you need, a lot of it's just more on the training and you experience it all. I think it's
Hmm.
less of the schooling necessary, which to be fair, I wish I could, skip the schooling and go straight to a job and learn on the job. Obviously, it is great for factors like if I were to engineer some big skyscraper building, something like that, the safety factor, knowing what I'm doing. But it's,
Hmm.
paying a huge ass education when you really could just learn most of the stuff you need to at a job is definitely brutal. Uh, and it definitely doesn't help the pockets at the end of the day.
Hmm. I forgot I was gonna ask you, Tommy, what do you think you're going in for? Well, what are you going in for?
I am on a mechanical engineering major right now for my bachelor's, and I have declared a minor in mathematics right now. Just because given my degree, I'll only need one other math class to get that.
Hmm.
And yeah, no, it's interesting classes right now. It's all a lot of math-based classes right now. Nothing
I
too
hate that.
major. Yeah, see, but that's like the difference, dude. Sometimes it's just interest in general. I'm fine. I've always been fine with math, so I haven't had trouble with it at too much other than your basic amounts.
Hmm.
But similarly,
Where our
like
close friend Ryan, not math,
no,
math ain't his thing.
no,
Big chemistry guy.
big chem guy. He loves his organic. He's been telling me all
Yeah.
about that class. But similarly, it's kind of like choosing in college in a way. Just like you said, you're not like big into like the not the social life, but like the what comes with most social lives is a lot of drinking when you go to college, a lot of smoking, a lot of essentially bad habits that people will build up. But
Hmm.
like the negative aspect about where I'm at is I've seen people get too deep into that it affects their education in a way where
Yeah.
it's the nice thing about college is helping you balance that life, that schedule you have, but in a way, you're kind of unprepared in that aspect if you don't, if you don't have the mental attitude to keep your life balanced, to tell yourself like, hey, I can't go out this weekend, or hey, I got to get this assignment done before. It's definitely going to
Discipline.
backfire. Yeah, discipline's definitely one of the things you need to quickly learn. I think when you're going to college, no matter where, even community college, it's the same aspects. You're not going to have a teacher like in high school where they're telling you to get
Oh
assignments
yeah.
done. If you don't get it done, you don't get it done, essentially. I mean, but I feel
Yeah.
like most of the time that's expected coming out nowadays.
Yeah, they always try to prepare you.
Yeah. But you know what? I sorry, good to get that discussion out of the way. It's always great to see the plans. See, it's nice to have someone, when you're planned out, you kind of know a little. It's got to be feeling a little nicer to know you're like you know what you're doing for the next year at least.
100%.
Obviously, I'm assuming it's you're going the associates route and then probably gonna find a transfer
Hmm.
after that. But still, like being able to like have the security of like I don't need to worry about anything right now. I just got to finish out the rest of my senior year. And speaking of senior year, how is the senioritis coming along?
Okay, so for me, I haven't been affected at all
Hmm.
because of my senior blocks. My senior blocks, oh my, I am blessed from the Lord. Shout out Mr. Leonard, shout out Miss Wilk, the goats of Yorkville. They secured me 2 senior blocks at the end of both my days. So I get out of school at 12 o'clock every day. So it's like I'm in college.
Yeah, no, and that's a nice thing is the scheduling in college too. Gavin, I had a similar question to you. The senioritis hitting you hard, hitting you at all?
Hard. Care is out the window. Let's just say that.
And
Yeah, there's no care in the world at this point, and it kind of sucks because two of the classes I'm taking this semester I have to pass to graduate. English 4 and civics, and currently not a great grade in both those. So
yeah, I mean it's
We're gonna
always
say messed up.
more of a running the clock guy and a game shooter scenario. It sounds with you.
yeah,
Buzzer beater.
Lights
I
on,
at least held my GPA the first 3 years, so I can kind of slack off this year and
yeah,
the first semester.
which I
So
think
That's
is
advice to everyone
yeah.
listening.
yeah,
It starts early. Starts when you're a freshman. That way, you're a senior.
yeah,
You can kind of take it off. And you know what? We've gone through most of our topics here, other than winter storm coming. Gavin, you want to elaborate on that?
It's a little righty, but nah, I don't.
Forget about it.
I, I, I
Is
think
there
it's
a winter
missing us.
storm coming?
So, guys,
Moving
Punxsutawney
on.
Phil, he predicted 6 weeks of winter. How are you guys gonna spend those 6 weeks?
27% accuracy. I don't trust him.
Yeah,
Hey, can we talk about how stupid that shit is?
I believe he's what? Yeah, you said
We're
20. I
trusting
thought it
a
was
hedgehog?
I think the general statistic is 30%, 36% accuracy rate with him. One
He's
of,
horrible.
one of the bottom 3 least accurate groundhogs at predictions. So
Yeah,
obviously,
the Michigan one's 93.
yeah, if you're gonna trust a groundhog on when winter's coming, winter's ending, you're gonna trust that guy. I think it was a
Mhm.
general something. I've looked up the same stats before. But obviously the groundhog game is hard to get into. It's hard to predict. You first got to be a groundhog. Most people fail at that aspect, but not to beat a dead
Yeah.
horse, but I think we fit the groundhog game pretty hard already. But you know what? We've
Can I
gone
place a
through.
parlay on that?
I might have to start putting picks on which groundhog is going to predict which. We've hit a lot of we've hit a lot of our combo topics, most of our questions. We've
Yeah.
only got one question left for you. And
Yeah.
you know what? I feel like we talked about your charisma, TikTok lives, just in person, and just I feel like one of those things, it's got to be a mentality. Just like, how are you always, able to remain positive, able to remain that outgoing character?
Ooh, man. I don't I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of something like I've kind of had to adapt because I used to be everyone's changing all the time.
Yeah.
But I used to be a complete different person. Growing up, I kind of was like my siblings are all older. I was kind of all alone. And I still had a great childhood. They would always hang out with me when they could, but they're older, doing the same stuff that we would be doing right now at our age. But being the youngest, I kind of just kind of like learned to be happy in the moment because when I was younger, my grandpa passed away, and I realized after that, like I can't hold on to anything. Like if there's an argument or if there's something going wrong in my way, he kind of always used to teach me to try and find things that were trying to look at even in the negative, find something positive in it. I think that's always kind of stuck with me. Same with my parents. My parents have done an amazing job just being good role models for me because they're dogs. They work nonstop. Even now, they're still working every day, and even sometimes they argue, they still make it up and talk it out, and they're positive. And I think that is just kind of carried on to me. And sometimes it is so difficult to be positive,
Mhm.
especially shout out Miss Geisler. Um, just certain people in your life that just like are such Debbie Downers and just don't want to see you succeed are just not nice people. That's the hardest part. And if you're not feeling good, it's okay to not be positive. Like some days I'm not like I don't feel good some days, obviously, mentally, physically. And I'll still try to be positive and energetic, but sometimes you get down in the dumps, and I just want to know everyone that's listening and watching that it's okay. It's okay to be down in the dumps. It's healthy. It's healthy to not always be happy and positive. And if you can, try and find positive in anything. I just feel like parents, grandpa, and experience with life. That's kind of just how it's led me to this point.
Yeah, and I don't think I could have said it any better. Obviously, I mean, you clearly took all that to heart. Yeah, I guarantee you, Grandpa would definitely be happy with how you're going about it too. All that. Sorry for your loss. Also, just to add that on.
It's all
But
good. Thank you so much.
yeah, no. But just the way you obviously take everything, you definitely, I don't know if the phrase is grain of salt with that, but you definitely like, you said it perfectly. Obviously, you're not going to be
Yeah.
entirely positive charisma. You're not going to have all the time. You're not going to be always open and outgoing, and you get in the dumps. Obviously, I think I've had my moments of being, I would call it extremely bipolar with it, of
Mhm.
days I'm really down, days I've, just you have those. You have the bad days. You have them. It's just important, like you said, just being ready to pick yourself up, and just not letting those,
Mhm.
kind of like not letting what others have to say about it getting into you, getting in your
Mhm.
head. Just, yeah, keeping that mental space.
Oh yeah, one more thing. One more thing, I'm
Yeah.
done. But like I used to be a huge geek. Glasses, Kirby shirt every day, a little bit of a chubster. But I used to think about what people thought of me all the time, and now I just don't care. It's something you just gotta get over as a human. And like, again, leaning back to the dump thing, like having good friends, having a good area around, like you guys being here for me, even if I need you guys, and just having fun. Like every time I'm around you guys, it's fun. It's even like just giggly. Every time I can't help but smile and be energetic, even if I'm having a rough day. I come into work with you guys, and I'm happy. I'm happy again. And if I ever needed to talk to you guys, I know you'd be there for me. So I think that my advice is again to being positive is just to be around good people. Another step.
Yeah.
I just want to get that one out there.
Yeah, no. You always hear surrounding yourself with the right people, and it's, you hear it so often. You're like, all right, I get it. It's, not to beat a dead horse, but it's truthful. It's the group you surround yourself with. Just making sure you're with those people that are there to pick you up. And you know what? I could say the same with all you guys here. It's definitely a group that I would have no trouble reaching out to, and it's important to find those people. And if not, there's always people out there. It's
Mhm.
don't it's never get down in the dumps if you don't have that person right now. If you don't have someone to reach
Mhm.
out to, it's always, there's always someone out there. Just you got to
For
remember.
sure.
Uh, but you know what? I like this segment. I like where this has gone. And you know what? I think we'll leave the talking parts, the questions, the info right there. It's
Yeah.
and I think we switch off to a little more, you know, something what the people want to come here to see. Let's
Oh
get to
yeah.
some drafts, and let's get to a
Oh
little
yeah.
game I have prepared.
Let's do it.
So we take a quick break, and we're gonna hop right back into those.
Welcome back, guys. We're ready to start our drafts here. We're going to be starting off with the opposite of the first podcast. Bottom 5 movies that came out last year. Um,
And you know what,
see
Logan, it'd be a
here.
pleasure to start with you since you're our guest on
Yep.
this one. It's gonna be a normal snake
Uh,
draft like usual.
So are we doing like 1 to 5? 1 being the worst we've seen,
Yeah, I
5
think I
being the
think one
best.
being the
Yeah.
worst, and then five's like you're like, okay, this was shit. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay. So for number 1, the worst I've seen for sure was Sting.
Sting. Okay. I don't know if I'm too familiar with it, but it sounds terrible.
It
It
does
was
sound pretty terrible.
horrible. Do you guys remember seeing that trailer in NCG where there's like that giant spider coming out? We never got the movie NCG, but it was a giant spider or something. It was so bad.
All right, Gavin, you're up with the one. I think I have my one perfectly. I'm ready whenever.
I
But
think I'm going to take your one here, Trap.
no, not it was on the list. Trap is on the list for a
Ooh,
Okay,
movie
then
I
I
hated.
think I know what you're
that's
hitting,
even
man.
cool.
And then my
Yeah,
number
Trap
one,
is terrible.
I'm gonna take the worst movie I've ever seen. Probably one of the only movies I haven't even sat through. Madam Web.
I forgot that was this
That
year.
was god.
That was terrible. I hated every moment of it.
I'm surprised they released it. They should have
I'm
watched
surprised.
it.
I'm surprised they got good actors for it. And then well, not the main person, but like the one dude. I can't remember his name, but like I'm surprised he was in it and it was that bad. Just the fact that like I have no issue with like a voice being dubbed in a movie, but it was so blatantly like just dubbed over voice too. But
Mhm.
it was poor. And then for my
Sure.
second pick, oh man, now it's a lot tougher because I was thinking of one. I Trap was on my list of terrible movies. Probably it wasn't insanely bad, but I think I know one right here. Uh, I'm looking it up right now just to verify that it was 2024. Okay, it was. I'm gonna take Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Good
Oh,
pick.
that's on Logan. It's there we go. Just another movie that to be fair, I jumped into it, but it was unbearable. I couldn't sit through it. And then we're back to Gavin.
For my 2, I also couldn't sit through it because of how ashamed I was of watching it. Despicable Me 4.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Disgrace to that franchise. They should not have made that movie.
that hurt my soul.
It really was. I think we were watching it, and I think I said it
Yeah.
too. It just
We
looked
had a
like a
big
money grab.
turnout for previewing it, and it was just
It looked like
They're
a
supposed to be
movie.
so good.
Well, it looked like they had like 6 different stories they could have gone for, and they were like, "Scrap it all. We'll just do this one." And they
yes,
didn't
which was
delete
the
the rest.
lamest one.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, it was
I don't think anyone could care about it. It was surprisingly terrible. I did not enjoy it, a moment of it.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And then Logan, you're
Logan?
back up with the 2 and the 3.
Okay. Number 2, I'm gonna go Joker
Yep, that's definitely on the list.
for sure, and then I have another one cause Snake.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go Craven the Hunter.
Wow. I didn't think it would make it on this. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
never
haven't
saw
seen it.
Craven.
I've heard it's okay though.
I just feel like they botched the character. It was so bad. It was so bad. Same with Joker. How do you mess up such a good
Well, to be
first movie?
fair, why would they go with the musical route on a Joker movie? It just didn't make sense. People were hyped about it, and then they did that. It just,
Horrible.
didn't add up.
I'm gonna take the worst horror movie I've ever seen. I'm gonna go with Night Swan.
Wow, that was
Did not see that one.
2024. Wow.
Yeah, that was.
If
think
you've
I know
ever
Thomas
thought,
saw it. I don't know if Logan saw it.
if you've ever seen a horror movie about a backyard pool, whew,
A recreational pool.
a
Yes.
recreational pool, I genuinely, one of the worst horror movies I think I've ever seen. I would agree.
I need to search this up. I don't think I've watched it.
Because what's
Yeah, it
the story is
was.
what? He's a retired MLB player, and he gets like his strength back from the power of a demon pool. It was just, it was
It
terrible.
sounded like a
seen that.
current. It was the worst. Yeah.
I don't even know how they got a story from that, to be honest. Wow, I've just scrolled upon a movie that I think everyone here would agree on.
20%.
It's definitely hard choosing from the 3. I'm gonna take Borderlands.
No! Oh my goodness.
Wow.
How?
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
Yeah.
that was.
What was going on in that? I don't even remember it. I feel like I hallucinated during the film.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
god damn, what was that movie about? And then
No idea.
no, it is. And you know what? I've got another movie I'm gonna take here. I'm just gonna take If. You
Big
know,
flop.
I don't really know about it. I know John Krasinski's in it. I love the actor. Loved him in The Office. Definitely one of my favorite TV shows. Possible category coming up soon in another podcast,
I
maybe.
believe that was top 5 bestseller at our theater too.
Yeah, but you know what?
I don't know
I
where.
thought it was a flop.
Yeah.
No, that one did really well. Harold of the Purple Crayon, I think you're thinking of. That one
Well,
did
that's the greatest
very
movie of
well.
all time.
Was that 2024?
I think so, yeah.
Fuck. I don't think it makes it back to me.
Who's saying that's a bad movie?
No, I did vote it number 1 best selling.
I'm gonna take Challengers. I mean, do we need to say more?
No,
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't agree. You know what? It
That
was
was stealing, man.
it definitely wasn't towards our demographic, that's for sure. But I mean,
Definitely not.
it
no.
was odd film.
Yeah.
And then Logan, back to the 4 and 5 on you.
I might need time for the 5, but the 4, something I couldn't sit through. I watched it with you guys. I hated it. Jimmy was sleeping in the back. Long legs.
I don't mind the pick. You know,
I love Long
On-
Legs is a really good movie.
I don't mind it for Logan. I can see why he picked it. I don't
I'm
think it was.
You
serious, though.
liked it.
I don't think it was terrible. I didn't really. It was very like
It did it.
demonic seeming, but
It
It
did
just-
its thing.
I just didn't like it. I don't know. Made me feel. I know it's supposed to make you feel uneasy. It just made me like confused a little bit as well.
Yeah. I think that's how you know it's good though, is when you're disturbed and you
Yeah.
cry.
yeah, it was
Very
definitely
true.
a film.
I think he
Um,
started to sing Happy Birthday in that one scene, and it was
Oh
the most
my-
eerie thing I think I've ever seen.
It was horrible. My
I was
ADHD was spiking.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was one of those movies that you're just like, what even's going on anymore? Like I don't know.
I definitely felt devilish after that. Like it was definitely bad spirits.
Yeah, it's.
I think that Jimmy showed me a movie that is coming out later this month, made by the same company, but it's about a killer monkey, kind of like the toy monkey.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it actually looks.
I think I've
Like
seen
something.
the trailer for it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be seeing that.
I found my 5 movie, by the way. Just
All right.
I
I got
won't-
my number 5.
you guys will like it.
I literally didn't watch too many movies in 2024. I'm gonna have to go with Blink twice.
You know, I don't mind it. I haven't seen it. It kind of looked like shit in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, a blink twice, like, just blink once. I don't know. I've got nothing on that film. It just looks.
Maybe
Yeah.
It
maybe
looked odd.
wink.
Yeah, maybe a wink. And then Gavin, you're on the clock with the 5.
I just hold up. Let me just make sure this movie did come out last year. Did. Okay.
Oh, I've just found
It
several movies that I hated.
it thought it was making it off the list. It thought it made it by. It ends with us. Put that shit on 5. I hope that movie.
You're gonna.
Wow.
Whoever made that company, I hope they fall.
My
I hope
5.
they go bankrupt.
My 5 on the top
They
5.
they screwed our NCG.
All right.
Like they bent us over.
Now, my last 5, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was funny. Is it a shit movie? Yes. And does it deserve to be on the list? Yes. I'm going to take Thelma on the list.
It is a fantastic movie.
I enjoyed it. I rated it 5 stars. Is it a shit movie? Yes. Is it good because it's shit? Yes.
Yeah.
You know the movie's bad when the climax is when an old lady falls down and can't get up
Yeah.
and needs help getting up. It's just
Yeah.
it was a
Or when
movie.
she confronts her credit card scammer.
Yeah, it was it's just it did have me
Oh
on the end
my
of my seats, but
goodness.
it deserved to be on this list. I don't think I could have left it.
Yes.
Other movies I came up
And-
on, Strangers, by the way, I think it deserved to be on the list.
Yeah. I don't think any of you saw Weekend in Taipei. That movie the plot was kind of nice.
I was gonna say Mean Girls
A
Mean
lot
Girls-
of people didn't like Mean Girls. I didn't think it was too terrible.
and
It was okay.
Megalopolis.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad movies last year.
There's a
honestly.
lot. I mean, there's a good mixed. There's
Yeah.
movies I think we forgot on the last list. Like Transformers 1, I think could have been on the list. That was a really good
Ooh.
movie for
Was that last year? Rise of the Beast? Oh no, the animated
The
one.
animated-
That
I
one
thought
was
the
really
animated
good.
one
That
was
one
really
was
good.
so good.
or-
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, so here is our final list for top 5 worst movies, one being the worst movie possible.
I think mine's pretty bad. Or Tommy's.
They're both hard.
I think Long Legs sold me.
Let's just say if I had to watch
Yeah,
all
Long
5 of our movies in a row, I think I would rather krill myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first draft done out of the way. And now, Gavin, if you want to introduce the second one, and you could start us
Alright.
off with the pick.
Yeah, so our next one is going to be a top 5 drinks of choice. And I think I'm going to start off with on the spot here. I think I'm going to have to go. Ryan would be proud. A Sprecher root beer.
I don't mind Sprecher root beer. That's a good take. And just to clarify for those watching, you're not allowed to take one company. We gave it to Ryan because Plants vs. Zombies, that was an odd pick for the first one. We wanted to give
Yeah.
him a shot. I think that would have like maybe leveled the playing field a little bit. And then he took Command of Conquerors and he shot himself in the foot. So root beer. But yeah, it's you gotta specify the exact type.
Yeah.
Number 1, I don't think any surprise here. If I go to a restaurant, I'm 100% getting this probably every time. If they don't have it, I'm getting something else. I'm just gonna get a Coca-Cola.
It's classic. Little classic Coke never hurt anybody.
Coca.
I think my option's gonna surprise a couple of people. I'm gonna go with something that is old reliable, always there for you, gives you energy, and that is H2O.
I was about to say if H2O doesn't go in the beginning, that's no surprise there. And then Logan, you're on the clock again as you're the end of it, so you get the second pick as well.
Second, I'm gonna go Nesquik strawberry milk.
I like it. That's a great pick. I don't know if I spelled that right. There it is. Yeah, fuck it. Nesquiks are good. I've never been a big strawberry milk kind of guy, so I've never had them too much, but they're definitely good.
Banger.
Oh, and then for my 2, I feel a little rushed here. To go off a little milk kind of health vibe, I'm gonna take the Fairlife chocolate.
No. That's so tough.
That's just a go-to, I think, after workout mix. If I don't want to like get a protein
sure.
shake or make one, I think it's just a good go to, just get the protein in. Pretty
Mhm.
easy. And Gavin, you're back on the clock, and you'll have the 2 and 3.
I'm gonna go Baja Blast from Taco Bell,
It's a solid pick.
Great take.
and then I'm gonna go Sprite from McDonald's.
Wow, 2 good in a
Ooh.
row.
That's a banger.
You've left me speechless. I don't even know what to put. Wow, those are both just.
Mine's for non-soda fans.
Yeah, I can respect. I can respect the non-soda takes here. Wow, you've left me not the greatest of options right now. You know what? I'm gonna go a little. I'm gonna hit those who don't want their, the normal sugar intake and they're willing to risk a little bit of cancer. Give me the Diet Pepsi. I think the go-to diet, in my opinion,
Terrible three.
I think Diet Pepsi outranks the Diet Coke. But if you're not willing to have the sugar, you can always go for a Diet Pepsi. It's a take. And
All right. That's a rough take. Hey, you know what? Everyone has an opinion. Number 3, I'm gonna go Yahoo chocolate milk.
ooh. I don't think I've ever
I mean,
had it, to be honest.
it's no. I'm gonna get you some next time you come out
All
because
right,
it is
I'm excited.
amazing. I'll make sure it's refrigerated as well. All right, number 3. I'm gonna go Sunny D orange juice.
I like the pick. I like it. It's a good pick. And then I'm back on the clock. And I think with my 4, it's something I have a lot whenever I'm home. Usually I have some here. I just haven't made any. Give me some peach tea. Little
No.
powdered peach tea mix in. It's a pretty good. That I could down probably a whole liter of that, to be honest, in a day if I wanted to. It's probably not good. I mean, it probably takes up a lot, but
At this point, I'm only getting 5 hours of sleep, so
we're running it.
Yeah,
It's running late into the night on this podcast.
that's right.
energy drink is gonna be required.
Always. Oh, there
Good
we
for
go. And then Gavin, you're back on the clock with the 4 and the 5th and your final 5th pick.
So I think you guys know me. Strawberry kiwi Propel. That's my go-to. I love that thing.
I love that. Yeah, it's a good pick.
And then I'm on a quit energy drinks here, so that's kind of eliminated a lot of the drink there. Trying to think.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the energy drinks 'cause I feel like it's a bland taste, and I don't think it's.
Yeah,
I think at the end of the day, they don't really make a list.
you're drinking it for a different reason.
Yeah.
Taste. I'm definitely missing something, but I'm gonna have to go chocolate shake from McDonald's.
Ooh, that makes me have to.
I'm
all right,
holding.
all right.
You changing or?
Well, I didn't know if you guys were gonna accept shake.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
accept it.
Okay.
I like that take. It's a good pick. See, what eliminates a lot of those options is I'm not a big shake sweet kind of person, so I don't really typically get those a lot of the
Me
times.
neither, really. Just the McDonald's is really good.
Yeah, and I rarely get it. But you know what? If there is a place I'm going to get a shake at, it's gonna be a Portillo's chocolate cake shake.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
banging. That's a banging 5.
I think that saves a bit of my list. I know you guys weren't a fan of the Diet Pepsi choice, but that definitely helps impact me a little bit here.
You guys know what shake is coming out next Tuesday? McDonald's.
Shake that ass.
Fun fact: it's already out.
Really?
I'm gonna go with number 5. The greatest shake ever created.
Oh my God!
Oh,
How
yeah.
did it slip the
The
list?
Shamrock Shake.
I should have thought of that. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good. How did it fall so low?
I
Oh,
don't know.
so
I
good.
didn't think of it either until the McDonald's shake.
Are you
Yeah.
serious? That's out already?
Yeah, I had one
Yeah,
yesterday.
it's always. I might have to get that
Jeez.
20 times before it goes. The Shamrock Shake, I think,
Yeah.
is just infamous.
Such a banger.
Yeah.
And then
As
chat.
long as you don't have somebody in your ear saying it tastes like toothpaste.
Yeah, no. It's always that
slap
one
anyone
person.
that said
Shout out
that.
Michael Kush.
Yeah,
Michael said that.
it might be up there.
Yeah.
You know what? If we're ranking shakes, I think I'm giving the Shamrock Shake as the best shake.
Yep.
Unironically,
Crown.
I think it's number 1.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I've
It's
never had a
limited
better
time.
shake.
Exactly. All right, but here is the list of our shakes. And now we're gonna be moving on to top threes. Gavin, you want to introduce the first top three category?
Of course. So our first top three today is gonna be top three shopping centers or grocery stores. It's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you know what? It's gonna be top three and snake draft like usual. I'm gonna start it off.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take it right away. I'm gonna give me the big Target.
God.
I mean, I don't.
Our top three, we just go and
Oh, you just
we
want
don't snake, right? Yeah. We just
you want to stay?
that's what we did last time. We
All right.
just
It still starts with Logan next though. Just as
yeah, Logan, you're up.
All right. You took Target. You know, I'm gonna have to go with something that's very reliable. You know, it's very cheap. I'm gonna go Sam's Club.
I like it. And you know what? The Sam's Club's got the food there. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gavin, you're up on the one.
Gonna go to the best grocery store that ever existed, Woodman's.
Wow.
Bingo.
Good pick.
That is a great take.
And you know what? I got my second pick already. You could call me crazy for taking two grocery-like stores, but this store, I'm gonna give 5 big booms.
No.
Boom, 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 boom. Give me Costco. Give me Costco
Oh,
right off
God.
the bat.
We're
Damn.
getting a new Costco.
Yeah, I know.
Correct.
It's a
I'm
great
excited.
Store. It's a great store. And yes, I do the the little Big Justice. I do the Big Justice booms, not Big AJ.
Yeah.
But Logan, you're up on the two.
I really gotta think here.
It's kind of like you're building your own strip mall if you think about it. Like you're like, oh, let me place these 3 stores here. Which one's getting the
and
most traffic?
It's difficult. You know, when you're going out of state, you always got to see these main stores popping around, and you're always gonna see a Target. You're always gonna see a Starbucks, even though it's not a store, and you're always gonna see a Walmart. And I think Walmart's gonna be my number 2.
I was about to say if Walmart doesn't make the list, I would be surprised.
It's very sketchy, but it's reliable.
It's a good reliable. I mean, we have a lot of supermarket stores right now. We're building quite up the strip mall. And then Gavin on the 2.
So I'm gonna
Gavin's
go.
got some tough choices.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah, I think I love Jewel-Osco.
Going
Their
to Jewel.
food, their deli, their sushi.
That's very local.
And then yeah,
Oh, their wings.
everything, man. And then
Well, no,
I'd say they're kind of on the higher end of pricing, I guess. But
yeah.
But-
See, the issue is here. I've run on a 3, and I'm trying to finish off my little strip mall area. I'm trying to build up my block of stores that I think are building traffic. I've got grocery stores. I don't need another one. I'm just fueling competition for nothing. And you know what? I'm just looking around. I'm just thinking, what does every place have? You know, you've shout out Sam's Club, shout out Walmart, shout out all that. And you know what? They're not as popular anymore. But give me a classic. Give me the Dick's. Give me Dick's Sporting Goods.
That's not a bad pick at all.
I think it goes underrated nowadays just because, I mean, a lot of it's online. But I think Dick's Sporting Goods, it's an underrated store you go into, and you can just get what you need.
All right. Going into my number 3 spot. I'm a big guy about savings. Well, leading into savings because of college. And if you're trying to save a lot of money, I already got Sam's Club, I already got Walmart. But I'm thinking more smaller. I'm thinking like you want a quick little snack, nothing too expensive, and it's not too far away from you. I'm gonna go Dollar Tree.
I like it. I don't mind the take at all. I don't mind a Dollar Tree's trip. I always end up spending like $30 somehow, but you know what?
It's a lot
all
of
cheap.
items.
It's a lot. It's cheap. A lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And then Gavin, to round out the list with your third pick.
Yeah, you know what place I've been enjoying to go and look around a lot is Best Buy. As of recently,
I like it. I thought about taking the Best Buy.
Technology.
And that is our list of what was the category again? Grocery stores / shops.
Shopping centers. Yeah.
Shopping centers. That's our final list of shopping centers. And now we're going on to the last draft category. Logan's going to start us
Let's
off
do
again. And Gavin, you want to introduce it to us?
Yep. So our next
Uh-oh.
top 3 content creators. Just to clarify, no, check it out.
No.
Yeah, you said top 3 content creators. No what?
No music artists.
Okay.
So
Purely
just like
YouTube,
social
Twitch,
media people.
social media. Okay. And Logan,
Hmm.
the infamous TikToker, gets to start off our list.
I have a lot
Yeah.
of pressure on me because there's so many options.
There's a lot.
There
I'm
is.
It really comes
I'm
down to what you watch
thinking,
the most, I think, sometimes.
oh yeah. And I think I'm gonna go something that's always been. I followed this guy, subscribed to this guy since I was in 4th grade. 250K subscribers. Now he's at maybe 8 mil, 10. Actually, he might be more than that. Childhood favorite, one of my, again, a role model of mine, Corey X Kenshin.
I don't think I've ever watched, to be honest.
If you were to search up his name, I think you would be able to. You would see his his face, and I think you would know his face. He's at 20. He's at 21 mil.
Wow. Quite the
Jeez,
glow up.
man.
Mhm.
And then Gavin, you got this. You got the second one.
Yeah. It's bet I'm gonna go more from a kid. KSI. I stood on KSI's
Good
side.
pick.
Good pick.
Thick of It was definitely something.
I enjoyed
His
it.
songs were definitely something.
You know,
But I mean, him versus Logan Paul, I had KSI the whole way.
yeah, you know what? That was a great pick. I don't mind at all. And you know what? Just because you put KSI, I'm gonna stick away from picking Sidemen as a group. I figured that's a cop out answer. I would, let's say, if we were doing groups, I would put Sidemen, as I think I watch that the most. But you know, I think I'll pick my favorite one. Doesn't not a consistent uploader. Give me a Road to Shore. Definitely one of my favorite. OG pack openings were pretty awesome with that. You know, I don't mind that take. I think that's a good one to pick. And then Logan.
I think I'm gonna save my 3rd pick. I was gonna use him for a 2nd pick, but I think no one's gonna take him, so I think he's secured. I'm gonna go for my 2nd pick again, thinking as a kid, more of a basketball fan than you guys, but also just a sports fan. I'm gonna go Dude Perfect.
Oh wow, yeah, I like it. Whatever. Spelling doesn't matter. That's a
good one,
great.
sure.
That's an OG one. There really isn't the more. I think Dude Perfect might be the OG like YouTube group to come out of that. Obviously, you
yeah.
could talk about FaZe and all that, but I couldn't really name you another FaZe member except for FaZe Rug from that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, and longevity. Dude
Yeah.
Perfect is so here.
They're
We
still
all know what
Huge
happened.
warehouse.
Yeah, they're open. They're making new warehouses every year it seems.
Mhm.
And then Gavin, you're getting the 2 pick here.
So I'm gonna go more recently. What I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of Theo Von. I think he's very funny. And I enjoy watching Theo Von a lot.
I think that's how you spell his last name. Or it's an A, isn't it? Ah, whatever.
I think it's just VON.
Yeah, I believe it's just VON.
Yeah.
Imagine you guys got Theo Von in your. Oh my goodness, the future you guys have. It could be huge.
Let's just say we have the next Theo Von in an interest here.
Yeah.
And he's a great guitarist.
Hmm.
And then man, the second. This is a tough pick. I don't know which route I want to go here.
Oh wait, I think I know.
Because I'm just trying to think of like people I watch pretty often, just YouTubers, creators. Wow. There is, you know what? I'll shout it out. Definitely brain rot. Definitely not the most, educational for you to watch. But do I watch him a lot? Yes. I'm gonna put Jinxie.
Good pick.
There's not someone I watch more than him, to be honest. Do I know how to spell his name off the brain? No. Have I watched his videos for a while now? Yeah. And then Logan, back up on the 3 for your final on your list.
As you were speaking of FaZe, I again knew this guy wasn't gonna get picked, but I've kind of have an OG list. I'm gonna keep going OG because I still watch all 3 of these guys currently.
I like it.
But thinking mainframe, trying to think about FaZe back in the day. You think of FaZe Rug, you think of FaZe Adapt, but a lot of people remember FaZe Jev, and that is who's gonna be my 3rd.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not a big expert on him, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could speak more about him.
Oh, if I were to show you like a rage clip from a COD game,
Oh, okay.
have you ever heard of Requise?
Yes.
And the
Yep.
flashbang.
Okay,
That
I
is
know who he
FaZe
is.
Jev.
All right. That's a good pick then. I like that pick. You've got like an OG list over there. I think me
Oh
and
yeah.
Gavin have gone more of a more recent kind of theming content creators, or in the past couple of years.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And then Gavin, last pick to round off your list.
I'm just gonna take him off the board. Mr. Beast.
Wow, I am surprised he went this long. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I
that's a
don't know.
great
He
pick.
seems more of a filler now. I don't know. It's too much things he's doing
To be
now.
fair,
You really just have to think where he came from, though.
he's
That dude was entrenched,
I
or not
I
entrenched.
know.
I remember watching YouTube videos of he started off just reacting to people's outros and intros. That's just an
Counting
OG
to
thing.
1,000. No, 10,000.
Yeah. He listened to like Jake Paul for 10 hours straight.
Yeah, you
or,
just gotta
know,
respect.
stuff like
He
that.
had the original grind mindset, and look, Mr. Beast is basically a company now. It's not even just his name.
I know. It's crazy.
It's
He's out of the trenches.
It's an insane turnaround. And then
Mm.
wow, last on my list, what do I see? I'm just gonna shout out creators now that I'm last here. Like, part of me is thinking like Jadeon, because Prime Jadeon videos were
Oh
actually
my god.
hysterical. I love them. I still might take them just because I've never been more devastated when someone stopped creating content. Obviously, he did it like for religious reasons, so I mean, you got to respect it.
Mhm.
But like just someone that's more common than that. Chris MD, I watch a lot of those soccer
Mhm.
videos that he posts. They're always interesting. They're always good. Uh, there's a lot of European ones like Stefan Tries. I think is hilarious. Uh, Arthur TV, funny videos. Man, I think I'm gonna take Jadeon. I think I got to just for Prime. Jadeon was actually unreal and
Mhm.
funny videos to watch.
You know who I'm surprised didn't get picked?
Who's that?
Markiplier.
Yeah, to be
I've
fair,
never been
I've never
into
been a huge Markiplier guy. I've seen videos. I think if you're more in the FNAF audience, you would probably pick
Oh
him
yeah.
because he was huge on FNAF. I'm more.
Also,
I'm thinking like
sorry.
Jacksepticeye would be one of those that I think would have gotten because I used to watch him a lot as a kid. I haven't watched him more
Mhm.
recently, or even PewDiePie. Realistically,
Yeah, that guy kind of
three
fell off.
three
Well, it
big.
didn't fall off.
No, it just stopped really posting the like gaming Call of Duty kind of videos.
Hmm.
Three big just gaming YouTubers that were huge. I think when I was a kid.
Those are three pillars of gaming,
Yeah.
I believe.
Because all the collabs with them. I mean, they all knew each other too, so it's just like huge.
Hmm.
Wow, and
I don't know
now,
if you guys were into Prime Aiden Ross or not.
wow, now that
Seven
I'm even,
rappers on-
now that I'm looking at this, I left Vanos Gaming off the list.
I was
Another,
surprised that as well. Do you guys watch popular MMOs
I
at all?
do, yeah. That
Yeah, I'm
was,
surprised he didn't get picked.
yeah. To be fair, I mean, for recent things, I don't think you could pick him.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Didn't he get like
I,
arrested?
yeah, he broke the super unlucky block. But yeah, this is our final list for celebrities, and we're gonna take a quick sec as I'm gonna set up our next segment, which is gonna be called Guess the Link. I got it set up here. We got our Guess the Link. For those of you who don't know, Guess the Link. I'm gonna show this to you guys as well, and I will have a little tally mark to keep points. It's gonna be Gavin versus Logan. Guess the Link is I'm showing 3 images, and there's a category that links them together based off the image. Gavin and Logan's job is to guess that category. If they get it right, they're getting a point for the round it is. So, I mean, I guess the easiest way to figure it out is just to play. So, let us hop right in. I got to click over to this.
Is the reward a Ryan lap dance?
The winner will get a Ryan lap dance. Ready?
Yes.
All right, this is round 1. It's going to be 1 point. Once I show the image, you guys are free to guess. I'm trying to think of how about play an air horn when you want to guess. So if I hear an air
Really?
horn sound, I'm going to take a guess. If not, it's going to go to the next person. And then if you both don't get it, it's just back and forth. I just want to, in an orderly fashion. That way I know if you're guessing or if you're just talking out loud. Okay, ready?
Mhm.
Round 1, here we go. Yep, Logan.
Sigma.
Can you... I'm not going to take Sigma, no.
Damn.
Do you got to guess, Gavin?
Alpha male.
It's close. You guys are getting close. I'm not going to take it yet. Keep going. Yep, Logan. Or who was that?
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
mogging.
No.
Damn.
Feminist.
Gavin's on the board. It's feminist. I would have also accepted Tommy Raja. as we see here, we got tall, preferably
Yeah.
6'3", a nonchalant Sigma, and handsome. And then Gavin's got 1 point to start off the round. All right, ready for the next question?
Let's do it.
Yeah, sir.
What?
Yep.
Is it just animated shows and movies?
No. You're on a track though. We'll just do air horn to when you're guessing, so you guys are free to talk out loud if you need, or if you just
Okay,
give me your
so
thoughts.
Gavin, what are you even thinking?
I don't know the middle. I'm thinking like
Bruce Lee's in the middle.
from not Earth.
No, he's from Earth.
Are the turtles?
Yep.
Is it insanely strong characters?
No, it is not.
Oh my gosh, I'm horrible at this.
By the way, I made all of these, so keep in mind. But I don't think this really impacts my thought process on this.
God, Gavin,
You know
we
anything
suck
about the
at
middle?
this.
Uh,
Me, yeah, he's a fighting character from Naruto that was really strong and it only had brute strength. No powers.
I'm gonna pull up a timer, and in 30 seconds, or in 20 seconds, I'll give you guys a hint. Yep.
All wearing green.
No, that's just actually a weird coincidence.
That was the only thing I was thinking. I was like, oh, maybe.
Buzz
Bruce.
and turtles have a thing with their father, right?
No. It's 20 seconds. A
Or their
hint.
master, I guess.
I'm gonna give a 1-word hint. Buzz when you want an answer. The 1-word hint is names.
All names start with a B.
Nope. It's a tricky one.
Bruce Lee.
What did you say the middle name is?
For Bruce Lee? That's the last name. I don't know his middle name.
Buzz.
Dude, this is
You know what?
difficult.
I'll give another hint. Logan's right about the middle one, but for the wrong reason, he's right.
What was I right about?
The character's name isn't Bruce Lee. But you're right.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's Lee. I forgot his first name.
But you're right about the middle one. Names.
What about him?
Names, and Logan thought the middle one was Bruce Lee.
I'm so cooked. Names? Bruce Lee. Okay, hold on.
I think we might be losing Gavin on the right too, so it's definitely not helping.
Gosh. Naruto characters. I gotta figure out this dude's name.
Gavin, are you back? Or are you just thinking pretty hard there?
I'm back.
All right. How about
I wish I knew more about the middle one.
How about I give one more. I'm trying to think of how to give this away without getting it like too obvious. All right. How about I go this? What are the names of all the people?
Buzz Lightyear. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is it Brock?
Yeah, it's Rock Lee, I think.
Rock Lee. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But you're right with Bruce Lee in the middle.
I'm so
Use
confused
that
on what that
thinking.
means.
Are we?
So I called him Bruce Lee.
I promise you do not want to forfeit this point. It's once you know what it is, it's gonna be so obvious.
Like bang my head. Is it first name and last name is B and L?
No.
I'm overthinking it. I don't know.
You're overthinking.
You have to combine.
All right, I'm gonna push for a final answer from both of you. Any of you Gavin? You got a final answer?
Teenage Turtles.
Close, but no cigar. Logan.
Braden Hill.
Close, but no cigar. All
Damn
right,
it.
you ready for this?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yep.
Those Renaissance guys.
There's no way we would have gotten that.
I
No,
don't know.
I would have never
I
got
thought it
that.
was Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael.
God, dude.
I don't know. This
Okay.
is round 1, so just get
Oh
prepared.
gosh.
How many of these do we have?
There's 9 total, so you're down with 2. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Next one. This one might be pretty. Yep.
School supplies.
Eddie's got it. Things you'd find in a school. I'm giving it to him.
Let's go.
Tied up. Logan's got 1. Gavin's got 1. And now we're on to
Wow.
round 2. Each of these are 2 points. Okay, ready? And here we go. Yep.
Hangovers.
No. I do see how you got there, though.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that it was like the where they got married.
Yep, Gavin.
He got out.
I'll hold on his guess.
Yeah,
Insert his
I'll
penis into.
Oh, yep. What were you saying? What was the guess?
Things Ryan would insert his penis into.
I wish I thought that side, but no, that's not the answer.
Oh my god.
30 seconds, I'll give a hint.
I think if I get the hint, I'll be fine. But if Gavin comes up with that, I guess I'm cooked.
I think the only thing stopping Gavin right now is a stable internet connection.
Yeah, honestly, you probably would have 3.
Any guesses? Because I could give the hint right now if we got no guess.
No guess from me.
All right. The first image is a saint. Yep.
St. Lawrence?
No. The first image is like the connection is it's saint. Like the name of the image represents a saint. So you got to think about what the other images are.
Oh, I got it.
I think that was Gavin.
It's
I got
Gavin
you.
first. It was Gavin. Damn it.
Although he looks like he's deep in thought, but all right.
He has it.
What's your guess?
Football teams.
He's got it. They're NFL teams: Saints, Bengals, and Chargers.
I was thinking Lions for some reason.
That was the Bengal was a tricky one for sure, because it's definitely hard to see. Here's your next one. This one's a little bit easier. It's not as hard. Yep.
The Grammys.
No. I can see how it's implied. Yep.
Hollywood.
I'll take it. What's in LA?
Let's go. Fire.
And Logan ties it up. We now got a 3-3 game right now, and we got one more in this round. Yep.
Illinois.
No. Yeah, think the connection. Think about what word does each image represent? Sometimes a word, sometimes it's directly the image, but what word does it represent?
Ice. Base. Is that like? Am I supposed to know that baseball guy?
No. I'll help you out like little bits like that if you're steering way off.
Field. Ice. Oh. Oh. No, I have no idea. This is so tough. Ice field baseball player. Ice field throw.
Yep.
Is it sports like arenas? Like ice is hockey, field is football.
I'll take it. Sports surfaces.
Oh my
ice,
goodness.
field, and a pitch.
No way I just sniped that.
That was a good snipe. All right.
I knew the last one meant itch.
Yeah, it's so you guys got the gist of the game?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys are about to be fucked.
Yeah, I'm just
Round
careful.
3,
Oh
3
God,
points.
oh God.
It's anyone's game. Anyone's game ahead here. And are you guys ready?
Mhm.
Here's your first link.
Oh no.
This
Messi, Giannis, Ariana Grande,
Yep.
freaks,
What was it?
freaky, freaks.
No.
They're all freaks. Ariana Grande's a freak, Greek freak. Messi's definitely a freak.
I do like the thought process, but no, it's not the link there.
Gavin, what are you thinking?
Gavin's more of just a shoot once he knows. He's not a guest shooter.
Yeah, I have to. I don't know what else. Like, there's Giannis, Ariana Grande, celebrities.
No.
Yeah, that's round 3. It's too easy for that. Now is when we have to overthink it. I think this is where hints come into play.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they're getting that.
Gavin, you gotta go back on your hotspot.
I'm trying to think of a good hint for this one. All right. My hint for this one, are you guys both ready?
Yeah.
I'll give Gavin a second. I think this is a
Yeah, I'm
possible
gonna
hit.
wait.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, ready? Your hint is one word. It's going to be skin. Yep.
White.
No. Yep.
Mixed.
No. Logan again?
Pale.
No.
Dude, I don't know. Skin.
Let me remind you guys that I made this one.
That doesn't help. Silky smooth.
That's just how good of a link I made.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think if anyone were to do this, they probably like smartest people. Jimmy, I don't think it would do it.
I don't think Jimmy
Connor,
would
what
have
was
gotten
that?
this right away. The hint was the word skin. Logan?
Silky smooth.
No.
God damn it. I give up.
You're thinking too literal about the word.
Skin.
Different shades.
What was the guess, Gavin?
He didn't call it. Different shades.
No.
Damn. Yeah, you gotta click the airhorn button, buddy.
It's
I think I have to turn my LED lights off. They're hurting my eyes.
a toughie, that's for sure.
Can't do it. I can't do it.
Another
Too
hint.
terrible.
We gotta get another hint. We both don't have guesses.
All right. Your second word hint is game.
Skin game? Music, basketball, soccer. iCarly, NBA, soccer league. This is rough. This is so rough. Gavin, do you have a hint? I mean, I guess. Because honestly, I don't have one. I don't. Yeah, Gavin's just not here. Okay.
Trying to think of another good
Skin.
hint.
Yeah, honest to God, I have no guess.
You know what? Let's just use up all my family's data. I don't care. While I'm in the house out here.
All right, and Gavin's back. All right, the two
Guess
hints
or no
are
guess?
the two hints are game and skin. Your two
Yeah,
words.
I know. I can't think of it. Ariana Grande. She's hot.
Also,
I don't know what you want. I don't
Viewers,
have any
be
idea of it.
mindful. It is 1:35 in the morning. It is very very late.
All right. I'm giving a hint. You got to hit the air horn when you're guessing. So, air horn, or actually, Gavin do claps, Logan do air horn, just so I could differentiate.
Okay.
All right. Your third hint is battle. Your second word was skin, or your second word was game. Your third one was skin. Sorry, battle, game, and skin are your 3 words that you've been given.
Game skin.
Yep.
Battleships.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I had no clue.
I can't think of it.
Oh wait.
Yep.
Fortnite skins.
And he's got it. They're all Fortnite skins. He pulled that one from the dark. It.
I don't even know Giannis.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yep, he's a skin.
Antetokounmpo.
All right, and you guys ready for the next one?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This one might be a little easier than the last one. Yep, Logan.
Ryan.
No.
Sorry, I just had to get on that.
He does have that bear in him, to be fair. Gavin. Was there? What was it?
Never mind.
Oh. All right.
Hey, use claps, pal. Air horn's mine.
Or any other sound, either or works.
Oh my gosh.
Gavin.
That's definitely not copyright. No, for a fact.
Gavin. Is that a guess or just a?
Just a sample.
No.
Buckworm. That's my guess.
No. Logan.
NCG cinemas.
No, but you know what? I'll give you guys a hint. Logan's guess is close.
Braden Hill.
No. Logan.
Ryan's appetite.
No. Let's just say Logan's guess is close for 2 of these. So it kind of throws off, but yeah, Logan.
NCG staff.
No. That just feels like a. I think either 2 of those are both bad.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think for internet purposes, we should only do one more after this. Just.
I think there is only one more after this, so.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you have a guess? I have no guess.
I have no guess.
All right, well, talk me out. What do you think each word is so far?
Bear.
Bear, nerd, worm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're right on the words. The middle one, though, what is it? It's not one nerd.
Oh my god. I didn't even notice the dad.
Well, no, don't take just. It's not nerds.
Is that Ryan?
And it's not just
Oh,
one
no.
of them.
It's a family.
Not a family.
A group of nerds.
Yeah.
Eeks.
Group of nerds, but not the word group. And I think that's
A
the hint.
herd.
And then think of what the other words are.
Worm, bear, group of nerds, but it's not group. It's. Oh, this is like doing the brain rot quiz on Roblox. It gets to a point. Worm, bear, a herd of nerds.
I have no idea.
No guess.
All right, tell you what, I'll give you one more, but you got to be specific about your guess. Candy. Logan?
Gummy bears, nerds, gummy clusters, gummy worms.
He's got it. Types of gummy candies.
It's sweet.
All right, and this is the last one, and the scores are completely tied. This one's for the win. Logan?
Bikini Bottom Tycoon.
No.
Bahamas. Bedrock. Gumball's house. That's such a random pool.
What's the link, though?
Ryan wears bikinis,
True.
but he doesn't live in that.
Rock bottom. That's bedrock, right? Bedrock.
Yeah.
Middle one's bedrock. Yeah.
Bottom.
I-
Ryan's house.
Is that what Ryan's house looks like?
Basically.
Close.
What is
Ryan wears bikinis at rock bottom at his house. Correct answer. No.
What is Ryan's? Never mind. I'm not gonna stoop that low. I don't think it's that answer. Bikini, bedrock, Ryan's house.
How about not Ryan's house? You are right with Gumball, but it is Gumball's house.
Bikini, bedrock, Gumball's house. What's the link? Bare bone.
Yep.
Is it bare bone items?
No. The first word is only part of the bikini. Yep, Gavin.
Is it places of residency of characters?
I'm gonna give it to him. It's Cartoon Towns.
Yes. Hey,
And
what
Gavin-
a snipe.
Bedrock?
Bedrock is from Flintstones.
No.
And with that one, Gavin just takes the lead by 1 point.
Damn.
They come back on the win.
Touch up.
It was a close
What a
battle.
snipe.
Yep.
That was Guess the Link.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, flip it.
And let me just exit the screen. And you know what? With that, that's all the games we had on the podcast. But you know,
Great podcast.
like episode 1, we like to leave our podcast, with something insightful, something for the listeners to, just really think of as they go on with their day. And Gavin, if you want to introduce the question of the pod. Once we see him. It's I've gotten a chance to read the question. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited. Gavin told me about it.
All right, go ahead,
Not
Gavin.
about the question, but
It's what tastes better, square or triangle pizza? I think triangle.
triangle. Oh my gosh, triangle. Full like a taco.
Yep. It's the basic square pizza, too fancy.
I'm gonna go square pizza. I'm taking square pizza on it. Something about those little slices. I could fit 4 of them on my plate. Sprinkle a little Parmesan on it. Cook it up. It's nice. It's simple. It's doing enough without doing too much. I'm a personal fan of the square pizza. It's only the fancy places that do square pizza. You got to think about it. If you order a pizza, I mean Domino's, they're giving you triangles. Papa John's, they're giving you triangles. Now I go someplace of quality like Mike and Denise's, squares.
Oh boys. Oh boy.
I get I get some Rosati's pizza, squares. You know what? I go to a fancy restaurant. They're cutting that in
Quantity.
squares.
Quantity is in a triangle.
There might be
Papa
more.
John.
There might be more quantity, but I'm arguing the quality is better. On
It's
the
the same.
squares.
It's the same quantity. I'm tripping.
Splitting it among people, you got triangles. Instead of, let me divvy up these 100 squares. Got 7 triangles.
Think about
I
it,
mean,
though.
each got them.
Think about NCG's
It's easier to
parties.
divvy up. I mean, the triangles, like I have 2 triangles and then I'm done with the pizza. The squares, I'm like 8 squares later.
Yeah,
And all
let me
of a
get
sudden-
16 on my plate real quick.
It's like bite size. I mean,
It's the equivalent of having 2 slices of pizza.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. Think
just
about it.
easy.
If there was what about the meatballs in this side of our story? Like, are you just gonna put one sausage in your spaghetti, or are you gonna divvy it up? More
I prefer
bite-sized
Ryan's
pieces.
sausage.
Yeah.
Don't we all? But I mean, it's the same thing with the pizza. You're divvying up. You're cutting into the smaller portions. You get to divvy out. Everyone feels equal. Everyone feels about the same. They're getting the same food. More more easy to eat. So some people, they don't like the crust. They take from the middle. I'm a fan of both sides of the apple. Both sides of the coin. I think I'm going square on this.
I agree with Logan.
I'm gonna agree with Logan.
Triangles everywhere.
And then with that is the last
Yeah.
segment we have on the podcast. Yet again, Logan, we'd want to thank you for coming on. It was quite the
Thank you,
pleasure.
guys.
Pleasure.
It was great having you on the pod. We hope to see you again. I bet you we will see you again on the podcast at some point. If not as a guest alone, as a a co-guest, if you will. It's been a pleasure for this episode, and I mean, not to beat the dead horse about all this, but it's been it's been quite the long one. It's getting pretty late here. We appreciate you staying up late to come on the cast,
yeah.
come on the pod. And Gavin, anything you have to say to the listeners?
I'm working on my internet.
It's an honor to
I'm
be
working
here.
on it.
All right, Sigma Podcast signing off. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all that. See you later.
Love you guys.